Let's go, fam. It's night 2. Draft talk. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Let's go get somebody else we want.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, we might be getting somebody we want.
Hey, Greg.
Here's Greg. Here's Greg for him.
Oh, there he is. Hold on to me.
Yo.
What is up, people?
That's a long walk.
That's a stroll, bitch.
Right? He strolled.
We're getting Justin Fields. We're getting Justin
Wow.
Fields.
He's still there.
We're getting Justin Fields.
Howie's trading's down.
Dumb fuck. Fucking nerd shit.
We're getting Justin Fields. I'm telling you what.
This is fucking bullshit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
LFG, baby.
I told you he wasn't going to fuck up.
Wow.
You know how you redeem yourself from a sissy on Twitter? You know how you redeem yourself from a miss last year in the gadget spinner? You know how you redeem yourself, Mr.
I love this guy.
Wow.
Darius Tony.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Radio live draft reactions. It is night 2, rounds 2 and 3, and the pick is in. Let it be the Joker. Let it be somebody we want again. We got Javonte Smith in the first round. We will talk about that. We will talk about who the Eagles took at 37. We'll discuss who they're going to take at 70 after we find out who they take at 37. We got a jam-packed show in store for you. Tons of people on tonight. Tom, Ralphie, Ryan, Jake, Greg, Pete, Chucks, Pete, Johnny. What's up, boys? How's everybody feeling tonight?
Yo. Good.
I'm just happy you didn't need to be bailed out of jail when we picked Justin Fields.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Pete. I think my family and everybody else is excited. Your internet, not so much, but everybody else is excited that I did not have to get arrested. We are brought to you every show when we do big reactions like this, brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Our poll question is going to be brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com. Use promo code A2D. Tons of internet connections. Bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D. 20% off at checkout. Go check them out. Before this picks in, we'll get to our poll, which is Howie Roseman, the Philadelphia Eagles, will impress us again in rounds 2 and 3. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download. Join the conversation tonight. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. And yes, I agree. They're going defense right now. You know, we talked about this earlier on in the day. That's a stone cold lock. They're going defense. I don't like to pull sources, but one Brian Wilson, part of A2D Radio, told me his guy who told him about Smith and told him about Reagor said it's defense. So a lot of great defenders on the board. I'll say agree. Just don't reach. Just don't reach because there's plenty there to get. There's no need to reach for anybody that I haven't heard of. If they do, I haven't heard, then they didn't redeem themselves just off of one pick. This isn't a one pick away from being a contender, right? We're not one pick away. We are numerous picks away. So, hey, it's night 2. Follow up on a great night 1. I'll agree. Guys, circle the board. We'll circle the board quickly on this because obviously the pick's going to be in, and we want to talk about the pick. So, whatever way you guys want to go, Jake, Ralph, somebody start it. Circle the board. Let's go.
First. Give me joke here at 37.
No, we're talking poll question. I'm nuts.
Oh, shit. Okay. Agree. There you go.
Agree.
And who rushed in here? Me or you?
Ralph's all out. His boyfriend's coming back to play tonight. You know, coming back from the boo-boo ankle injury.
Big night.
I disagree to the poll.
Pete, again, doesn't follow directions. It's Pete Evans. He's a freaking flat-out issue here. He doesn't understand circle to board. Hasn't got it. But guess what? Pete agrees. So at least he got it out.
You said disagree.
Disagree. Grow up, Pete. We can't have nice things now. Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Pete in the corners would agree.
We prayed for greatness last night.
Other Pete agrees.
Oh, okay, we got a Pete agree. Ryan, go ahead since you're supposed to go after Ralphie.
Agree.
Okay. Yuckser.
He mouthed agree. He's muted, but he said agree.
Okay, agree.
Agree. Sorry.
There he is. Good to have you. Johnny.
Here we go.
Survey says.
I'm going to say, can you hear me?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Come on, here we go.
I disagree as well.
Jake?
I say agree.
All right, good.
Here we go.
Come on, baby.
No. Mike Oleg, we couldn't find.
I think, am I the only one that saw the picture?
Look, Be West jersey.
Mike Oleg. It give me bad vibe.
I think the pick got leaked.
I like Golick.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Wow.
Landon Dickerson. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
All right.
They're not defense.
Not defense.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Can I change my poll question?
I told you. I had a feeling, bro.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
Anybody got a problem with this pick? I suggest you just stop caring about football. This is.
I guess I'll. No, this is a good pick.
It's a good pick, but it's just I just don't.
But it's not sexy, guys. It's sexy. Where did he go to school at? Another winner. You went and got another winner. No. This ain't TCU. This ain't the Horned Frogs. This ain't Washington. This is going back to a winner. You got to build a culture of guys who know what it takes to win. And this is another guy who's been part of a successful program his entire time there. All right, you're talking about a guy. You need guards. He can play center. He can play guard. That's great. You need Kelsey's replacement at some point, right? Why not now? If that's, I would rather go on defense here. But we know Jeffrey Lurie, we know Howie Roseman, and we know they want a high-powered offense. And this goes in hand with it.
It does. We've been saying how many years now? Like Jason Kelsey can retire any second. So when he goes, who's going to replace him? I mean, I like Seumalo. He's solid, but he's nothing special. I've wanted them to take a future replacement for Jason Kelsey. I'm not going to say it's a great pick because I have some guys higher, but I think it's a really good pick. Like if I were to grade it, I'd say like a B because Landon Dickerson is one of the top interior offensive linemen. He can play both guard and center. So it's really. I agree with Tom. I mean, look at how banged up the offensive line was last year. I'm not going to complain about offensive linemen, especially one that's this good. So
New England couldn't trade up quick enough.
For Joker, probably.
For anybody. Joker, Asante Samuel, knowing they're going to get rid of Gilmore. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't have to be done yet either, Greg. You know?
No, we don't.
You know, just because, I mean, this isn't the sexy pick. I get it. I understand that. But you went up front.
He's coming off an injury, too. He's coming off a knee injury.
He has an ACL, the SEC title.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's ready by camp.
Yeah.
But even if he's not 100% ready by camp, I mean, there's no need to push him into the starting lineup right away.
To me, this continues to go back to you draft bad in previous years, and now you're forced to make up for it here, right? Last year or 2 years ago, you traded away a pick to the Cowboys that turned into their starting center right here, the kid in the third round from Wisconsin. And now, and same thing, you miss it, and you draft so many wide receivers that don't hit. Then it almost forces your hand to take Smith last night. Good picks, great players, but it's almost like we're playing catch up because we screwed up so much in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, I mean, you look at the first pick of today's round was Tyson Campbell. I mean, so we need a DB. Like, you can't have Maddox as your starting second corner on the outside. And now you look at you don't pick again for another 33 picks.
Yeah,
so
you're just sitting
you
there.
need something. I mean, hopefully maybe they can get the kid out of Stanford. blanking on his name, or Molden, or Melifanu, somebody like that they can hit high on. So there's still talent there, but I mean, I get why they did this. This is what they usually do. They build in the trenches like this. I mean, like Tom said, it's not the sexy pick, but I mean, we talked about less than 24 hours ago. They talked about best player available, best player available, best player available. I mean, I don't know where Landon Dickerson was on their board, but I mean, depending on how they evaluate it, I would probably feel that the Joker and Asante Samuel probably would be rated higher on their board. So, I mean, less than 24 hours, they may have lied to us. We will never know because we'll never see their board.
Well, this is my question, though. Landon Dickerson.
Bears trade up.
Landon Dickerson pre-injury, though, might be.
Oh, he's a stud.
Might be a first-round pick now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the value of him being there, and you need more linemen, like Chuck said, right? And listen, I'll never be mad at you for going to Alabama. So you can go to Alabama as many times as you damn want. And I'll continue to say that. Like, this is a winner. This is a guy who had to block a guy like Barmore for 3 years of his career. You know, this guy, you know, all these guys that have to go against the best on the other side, right? Javonte Smith had a matchup against Patrick Surtain essentially his whole time at Bama, right? You know, these guys have to block the best guys. That's not always saying that these guys are going to be better than other guys, but this guy's a top 25 talent. And because of an injury, an ACL, and an ACL in 2021 means nothing anymore. It's not an Achilles, it's an ACL. Right,
Bill's not happy here. Bill's not. He's having a tough time with it.
Okay, this guys fall in love with names, and everybody wants.
It's not a bad pick. Like, obviously, it's not the picks a lot of guys probably wanted to go with, but like, he's a good player, and you have no idea when Jason Kelce is gonna retire. You know what I mean? Like, he's a stud. Like, and he went to Bama. Like, it can only help. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Devin Jenkins to the Bears.
Okay.
Like, obviously,
they're having a good draft.
Like, I wanted him so badly, but like, I can't get mad. Like, I can't get mad at the pick. Lance Dickerson is a stud. Like,
yep. Anybody have a big problem with it outside of Ralphie?
No,
I don't have a big problem with it. I was just really hoping they would go defense. I was really hoping we would be able to pick up. It's tough because I really wanted an immediate starter, but I also have to remind myself that it's not. This draft doesn't need to just affect this season. It's about going forward. You know what I'm saying? And that this time next year, 12 months from now, we could be really grateful that we made this pick because we're getting to it a year early, and we're going to have Jason Kelce or
he could retire tomorrow.
Well, I'll just throw this out here too. It could be Jason Kelce or Brandon Brooks replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he can play both.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He played,
my issue.
He played all over the line in college. He literally played every position.
105 snaps to tackle.
Yeah.
300, 400, or 500 something at center. Played guard. Played a little bit of everywhere. Mm-hmm. I agree with Ryan. Like, not about this year. Like, everybody's upset. Like, he's not injury prone, Bill. He tore his ACL once. Like, I don't know where Landon.
No, he tore it twice. It's twice.
He tore it twice?
It's twice.
The same
name?
I feel like if there wasn't so much other talent in this round, people would be pissed.
Not a bad pick, huh, boys? All right. Whatever.
Same knee twice?
I think it's the same knee twice. Give me a second.
Oh, my God.
1 second.
It doesn't necessarily mean it happens to him again, but not a good thing. Listen, I'm trying to be positive after Javonte. So if everybody wants to call me negative tonight, be my guest. I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just not. I did a whole year of this, of smoking this guy. Like, nothing's going to change. No matter how much I yell and scream, he's going to be here next year making the picks. So I got to accept it and try to wrap my head around what they're thinking. Sort of like Chuck saying last night. We all want a Joker, but they never do like what we see constantly, right? Like, they go off of what they feel wins. And they continuously feel that building in the trenches win, which is true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's telling you that they have confidence now in either Dillard or Mulata. The fact that they didn't go
Jenkins.
Jenkins, the tackle, right? The fact that they didn't go tackle tells you that they have confidence in at least one of those two to be their bookend left tackle. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just telling you that internally they must feel that way to go this position to a guy who wears knee twice.
So let me read this real quick. This is from PFF Big Board. This says Dickerson was hands down the best center in the country this past season, earned a 91.3 overall grade to lead the position. He's played every offensive line position at one point or another in his college career. This is at Alabama. If it weren't for the torn ACLs he suffered in the SEC title game, the second ACL tear of his career, Dickerson would be a top 25 player in the class. So it doesn't say it's the same knee, but he's had two.
Okay.
If so many guys didn't fall into the second round, I feel like people would be more okay with this draft, with the draft pick. You know, with like guys like JOK and others like Moehrig. But I'm like, it's a good pick. Like it's a pick for the future. Like it's not as O-line is never sexy to start off, but like it can really make or break your franchise. Go ask Joe Burrow what he thinks about O-line. Go check out that sexy scar on his knee.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about Ola. I mean, this guy has really high potential. Oh, Richie Grant.
I like Grant though. Grant may end up being the best safety out of this class.
Yeah, but isn't Moehrig still on the board?
Yeah, Moehrig still on the board.
But even over him, even over Moehrig.
I think Richie Grant does more, but Moehrig has that specialty of
Moehrig is just more athletic. He's just more explosive.
He's your back end safety. You know, he plays on the back end. Richie Grant does a lot of things. I don't think he does anything special or at an elite level, but he does a lot of things really well.
Yeah, Malcolm Jenkins, we just had in a comment, like it's almost like a Malcolm, where he just does a lot of things well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like as I was saying, like I really like Dickerson. I didn't think they were going to go because I guess in a way I was thinking they would address the interior offensive line maybe round 3 or round 4 because Stoutland always develops these guys. He always develops these guys really well. You know, and having him back on the staff is a great thing. So I guess like I bought myself into thinking, okay, they're going to go defensive heavy, but I mean it does make sense. Like this guy Dickerson has a high. What was that?
When was Stoutland last at Alabama? Did he coach Dickerson?
No, Stoutland's been here since Chip's been here.
Remember, he almost left.
He almost left to go to Alabama. That's what
he almost
Yeah.
So I mean, I like Dickerson a lot in general. So I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to get past who was available when we passed on. Yep, but if you just look at this alone, it's a good pick. It is a
now
really
Chucks
good
and everybody look at this. You're saying who we passed on. Fuckers are still passing on them. Like neither one of them got picked yet.
Yeah.
Why can't we jump back up? Right?
I mean, we definitely can.
Nothing says you jump back up and redeem yourself and sexy. But I have no problem.
Got nine picks left, right?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about 9 picks left. If it's not the first,
no, I meant that we can trade up into.
We're not getting Tom Brady in the 6th. So I mean, you know, let's be real. So to your point though, Pete, you can use some of them picks maybe to get back up. If you want one of these guys, but I don't know. I know people
I don't need a 3rd next year, and I don't need a 4th or a 5th this year. If one of these guys keeps falling, if you can jump back up right now, say like 45, 46, and still get Asante Samuel, everybody who's concerned with this pick would be happy.
Yep. Basically 100%. I couldn't disagree with. I mean, agree with you more.
The Dolphins just traded back up to the next pick. So
See, I mean, they not playing no games.
They're probably coming up. Didn't they let Kyle Van Noy walk?
Yep.
Correct. Yep.
They let their entire free agency class from last year walk.
Yeah. That's my biggest problem with this pick. It has nothing to do with the player. I mean, obviously the injuries are a big concern, but it's that I think our mindset shifted given all of the first-round talented players or even some of the second-round talented players that fell to us. We were looking for immediate impact guys, even if we weren't trying to compete this year. You know what I'm saying? And it's that guys that would come in, they would be immediate impact guys, and they could also get better as we went forward. The Landon Dickerson thing, he's not going to start right away unless you trade Brandon Brooks or Jason Kelsey's obviously not retiring right now. He's going to retire this time next year.
Brooks the last 2 years because you don't got to trade him. He's just going to get hurt again.
Very true.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
I agree with you, Ryan, on that.
Brooks. I love him, by the way. I mean, I love him, but the proof's in the pudding that he's constantly banged up. I'm just not going to get upset with it because there's other talent on the board. Like this guy's the same talent as those guys are. Just to clarify for people, like he's a top 25 player, It's pretty neat, right?
Yes.
You're talking about like Joker. I love Joker, but he's dropping because of Isaiah Simmons. I'm just letting you guys know he's dropping because of Isaiah Simmons because Arizona couldn't figure out what to do with him. Now, what I'll say, he's not Isaiah Simmons. He'll knock your fucking head off. But that's why he's dropping. That's my big reason on why he's dropping. He might drop to freaking 70. You don't know. I doubt it. But the point is, there's going to be corners there. And the later this goes and guys hang on, it's okay. Now, Ryan and everybody else, I think they should have went defense, but we know what the Eagles are. And the fact that we would get our hopes up thinking that for twice, and I know I agreed to the poll because I want to be happy, but like to think they're going to go the exact player we want twice, we're all delusional idiots. Like if we thought that was going to happen. So they're going to go to the guy, and it wasn't a who pick. Keep in mind, if it was a who pick, there's a reason to be mad. This wasn't a who. This was, okay.
It's like, okay. Yeah, exactly.
He didn't play at Tulsa. He didn't play at Houston.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not like going to run the Broad Street over it, but I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess just the normal reaction out of me was, just because, Joke is there and I want him. So,
I know
you know, but I simmered down a little bit. I understand why you
for sure. It's a little disappointing when we pick someone that's going to be a bench player when we could have picked someone on our defense that could have been starting right away. But at the same time, this is someone that's been very highly graded by all the draft analysts. The only issue was his health. And I think in the long term, it's going to look like a really smart pick, especially with Jason Kelce potentially retiring next year.
Exactly. And I think that's the game they're playing. They're playing the long game here. They're looking at the big picture. So, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
There's a Joker.
By the way, Andrew Knapp just struck out and got 2 RBIs.
What?
It was pass ball on the swing, and it was bases loaded, and 2 guys scored on the pass ball.
Would you guys say that them taking a long-term, I don't want to call him a project pick, but a non-immediate impact type player, would you say that puts more pressure on 70?
Yes. Definitely. Yeah.
So
No.
They backed themselves into a corner.
You got to get a starter at 70 now. You got to get a defensive starter at 70.
No, you don't. Guys, look at the depth chart. No, you don't. No, you got
but at quarter time, how can you say that? It's
what are we
Maddox and who else?
What are we winning this year?
That's true.
We're a 4-win team this year.
I disagree with that right now. Just off the Javonte Smith pick alone, I disagree with that. Because that's how high I got him. I don't, maybe 5, maybe 6.
Okay.
You're not winning.
It's got to be 6.
We're definitely better than we were last year. I would think. Like our defense got better. Like let's be real. We went and got 2 acquisitions that make our defense better right now than they were last year. And anybody says no to that, I'm going to argue it all day. Then Anthony Harris makes us better, and the linebacker we went out and got makes us better. Now, does it make us contenders? No, but I don't yes. Should we be able to get a starter at 70 because of how our depth chart is, Pete? Absolutely, right? Completely there. But remember next year, I just want everybody to keep this in mind. Next year, we're probably going to have 3 firsts. So the starters, they should be rounds 1 and 2. But Landon Collins could end up starting this year. He could end up starting. He could start for Salamalu. We don't know.
You mean Dickerson? You said Landon Collins.
Whatever. Sorry.
Yeah.
Landon.
I just I just wanted to.
Whatever. Both Bama guys.
Sign me up for Landon Collins too.
both my Bama cats. So
Liam Eichenberg here, the tackle from Notre Dame.
What do you guys think about
the Finns?
That's why I don't want you guys to I don't want people panicking because.
No, I agree, Tom.
Yeah, I think we'll see. We'll also see who's there at corner. When we get to 70. I mean, these things could. I mean, a lot of these second round graded corners that I had on my board, they could fall to 70. I mean, Asante. I know we love Asante, but he's 5'10".
Asante is going to the Cowboys. I'm telling you right now.
But he doesn't fit that scheme.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
He doesn't fit that scheme though. That's a press man scheme.
Yeah.
You don't play press man. You play zone and off man
anymore.
Yeah, and the Raiders just traded up with San Fran, so the Raiders are on the clock now.
They may get a Joker, a person they could have got at 17.
You know they're not picking
You talk about a team whose fan base has been the complete opposite after the first round in the Eagles. They're like Alex Leather. Who? What?
What is Joker's mean game like?
Well, somebody said he failed his physical. Is that true?
I had no
I
idea.
heard that.
I haven't heard that.
Must have been some bad physical.
What I heard about him is they were concerned about his size and they're concerned about where exactly he would fit. Like, because he's not the traditional type of linebacker. Like Tom was saying, he's kind of like an Isaiah Simmons. And the Cardinals had such a hard time trying to figure out what they were doing with him that maybe teams are kind of feeling the same way about Joker. They don't know what he is. Like, is he an edge rusher? Is he your traditional linebacker? Can it be a safety hybrid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I like him. Like, I know a lot of people wanted him other teams wanted him in the first round, but I was skeptical on him for things like that. But
Back to what Tom was saying about how, like, you know, we're going to be better than last year. I think for sure we're going to be better than last year. And this isn't just me drinking the Kool-Aid because we made one good pick in the draft. Right. I feel like it's all going to come down to if Jalen Hurts can be a upper half quarterback. If Jalen Hurts can be an above average quarterback, maybe we'll surprise some people. Even if Jalen Hurts can be good, maybe we'll surprise some people. I'm not saying win the division, but maybe we'll be a 500 team at best. If Jalen Hurts is bad, and we got to draft a new quarterback next year, we're talking 3 wins maybe. So it's really all up to how Jalen Hurts looks, really.
If he can, like, get his fumbles down and be smart with his passes and not force some stuff, like some of the things I saw from him in the small sample size, I feel like he could be a very good quarterback. He's going to have weapons. He's going to have a better defense than he was working with last year. I feel, a coach who is more willing to put his offensive players in the right position. He's going to have opportunity.
Can I say something to Bill, please?
He's struggling. He's struggling.
Yeah,
You're reaching just to have hatred right now. And I love you. You're one of my favorites, Bill. You know this, but you're reaching just for something to be mad about. Like I'm all for being mad. I love being mad. I love lifting up every rock to find something to get pissed off about. There's nothing to be mad about right now. Like, I know everybody wants, like, these star players. I get it. But you went up front. Like, if you go draft dog and pony shows, right, then guess what? You're going to stink. So if you're all drafted skill position, you're not going to be any good. Now, I want a linebacker like the rest of us do. I wanted Patrick Queen last year. So you don't got to tell me. But there's a reason these guys are falling. And I'm not saying the right reason. But guess what? There's going to be guys at 70. You went out and dressed part of your defense in free agency. You did. It's not like they just turned a blind eye to it. They went out and got 2 good, solid defenders to bring to a front that led the National Football League in sacks last year. So this whole little thing that this defense is, like, going to be terrible, I'm just not buying into fully. Like, you still have Brandon Graham. You still have Fletcher Cox. You still have Hargrave. You still have Derek Barnett. You have a good front 4, right? You have a really good front 4. You went out and dressed and got a better linebacker than you had, which is factual. And you went out and got a better safety than you had, which is factual. Now, do you need another corner? Yes, you do. I get it. But it's one thing you really need. Like, really need. Everything else is like, I mean, Alex Singleton or whatever freaking stupid name is, can play this year. And it is what it is because we're not going to Super Bowl.
With Wilson, yeah. With Wilson, yeah.
With Wilson. So it's fine. Like, it's not like.
It's a big upgrade than what we had last year.
Exactly. That's what
White Snake.
Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
Raiders in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the feed, but they're moving.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're moving. And the live feed is it's behind.
Moehrig.
Good pick for the Raiders.
That's a Raiders pick. It seems like they always take safeties that are dogs like that.
And
team him up with Jonathan Abram.
Yep, I was just going to say that, Greg. Yep.
Hey, at least they didn't reach this time.
Yeah.
And I can tell you.
What's that?
And they still won't stop anybody.
Yeah.
They do this every year, and they still don't stop anybody. And I love Mike Mayock, but his drafts haven't been like, ooh, okay, there's that draft expert.
Supposedly.
I mean, the Raiders have been known to reach in the first round, not just from Mike Mayock, but especially in recent history. Cleveland Farrell, 4th overall. I don't know what the hell they were doing with that. And
the crazy thing, Pete, is if they did this backwards, if they took Leatherwood here and Moehrig in the first round, nobody would have a problem with it.
They have they would have like an
100%.
Yeah.
That was like, well, who did we take? What was that second round pick we took instead and took Jordan Matthews in the first round? That was the same scenario.
We took Jordan Matthews in second
Marcus
round.
Smith. Marcus Smith.
That's the way it was. It was the other way around. It was Marcus Smith.
and then
Marcus Smith in round 1, Jordan Matthews in round 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, look, would I have liked to get a corner at our pick? Obviously, but like we're at what, pick 44 right now, and a lot of my corners who I still had a lot of faith in are still on the board.
Well,
Like Asante is still there. Umafalu, is that the other guy's name? I know I'm butchering it.
Melifonwu.
God bless you.
I'm trying here. But yeah, like there's tons of talent still available, and we have more than enough picks to trade up and get them if we so choose.
Do we all agree that the Cowboys are going to draft a corner here?
They're going to go Samuel, I think.
Maybe.
No, he doesn't fit. Doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's true.
I would be very surprised if it went Samuel. Is it possible? Maybe, yeah. But I would be very surprised. But I have been wrong before. So
Is there which corner has the character issues? Wasn't that Joseph?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Joseph.
Kentucky.
Yep.
I'll say that's a perfect follow-up to Micah Parsons.
Yes. Kelvin Joseph, Melifonwu could fit here too. They play a press man scheme. That's what look at Diggs on the other side. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But hey, if they take Asante, I guess they have a plan.
Just another thing on Parsons, I was actually listening to the Dial today, and Richie said he actually ran a camp that Parsons came to, and he said, "Listen, the dude is full of himself. Like
he seemed like it last night at the interview.
Bro, they said like he's
a cowboy.
He was trying to be in the running back huddle to take running back snaps. He missed. He was suspended for chunks of the year. He was swapping high schools all the time.
Yeah,
so
that's where it all started. Honestly, Pete, I've heard a lot of that.
Yeah, but then he got to Penn State and it all stopped. You know what I mean? Like,
grew up.
Graduated 3 years. So
I
hear you on that.
He went to class, bro.
It don't matter. He still got the degree. They don't. None of them go to class. None of them go to class. I'm not saying that. But
I am so glad that
all of those maturity stuff seem to have. And you're not a talent and an alpha like that if you don't have that self-confidence, that cockiness about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to
be so glad.
Drew, are you still talking,
my
Drew?
TV's on mute.
If you want to,
I can't stand Drew Pearson.
If you want to be great at something, you got to believe.
Who just called that?
Kelvin Joseph.
Wow. Who just called that? Yeah.
Back-to-back character, guys.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They're trying to bring back that late 80s, early 90s.
That's perfectly fine. Hey, pick all the scumbags. That's fine. Scumbags pick scumbags.
He's a very good player, though. That's a really
very good player.
Yeah.
But that's their whole thing. They pick talented guys, but they're either head cases or criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Michael Parsons is going to be probably one of the best players to come out.
He's going to be good.
He's very good.
He's going to be good, and that linebacking core in Dallas is filthy.
But they got 2 or 3. The other one can't stand against field.
I mean, all 3
of them healthy are healthy. If all 3 of them are healthy, it's disgusting.
Jalen Smith had a bad year, though. Jalen Smith had a really bad year last year. He hasn't been playing well, so I don't know about him. But yeah, with Van Der Esch and Parsons, yeah, they're good. Van Der Esch is just gotta stay healthy.
Chucks, I agree with you on that. I think Jalen Smith is potentially a little bit washed. Like last year, it was not good, especially after his injury.
Yes,
his speed is just not as it was before. He can't go sideline to sideline, and Van Der Esch never on the field. So Micah Parsons.
How many games he missed last year?
I have no idea, but I just know he's always
off the field. Honestly, you can take them both off the field. That dude wrecks havoc. So he don't need either one of them next to him. I mean, they just change
their better hope that he doesn't meet him in the midfield because we might be seeing another Miles injury if that happens.
Yeah, please God no.
They're boys, so hopefully he won't hit them too hard.
Sure.
Thank you, brother. There should be one of them linebackers there at 70, and Dylan Moses is a guy I thought would be there at 70. But again, do I go 3 Bama guys? I don't know. Another injury, another little bit of an injury concern. Walker Little.
He was the guy. Didn't he miss like 2 years or something? Didn't he get hurt and then he opted out?
I don't know, but he did. Obviously, he missed last year because of COVID. But I mean, all of them names are great. Nick Bolton, I don't know enough about, but Jabril Cox, Dylan Moses, and obviously the Joker, I know plenty about, and I know everybody else does. I heard of Nick Bolton. I don't know. Again, I don't like talking about guys I don't watch enough, but I've watched enough Jabril Cox to know he can play in this league. Dylan Moses, if Dylan Moses is healthy, Dylan Moses is a first round, second round great. He just
I know if he's healthy. If he's healthy,
Three straight Bama.
Right, I'll go 6 to midnight. Right, I'm telling you, I'll wet dreams all night when you just keep loading up on Bama.
And Moses is a great
right? You
character.
can just run that tape. Yo, Howie, just listen to me. Just go Bama.
Tom, I'm telling you.
They're studs.
Go ahead.
All
Pete.
the Bama guys are usually good, minus quarterbacks. Like I'm good. I'm good with Bama guys all day long.
They had a couple years where they couldn't produce a running back though. But yes, you're right. Outside of that, you had those Trent Richardsons. It was before Mark Ingram. Trent Richardson. TJ Yeldon's still in the league, but he wasn't a beast like he was at Bama. Hello,
He's okay.
how we
He's
doing?
been okay in the league.
That's what I said. He's still in the league, but he wasn't a beast.
Can somebody mute their phone, please?
I feel like I feel like a lot of first timers on. Sometimes. You know what I mean? Then we get like the first time.
It's a movie theater. We're trying to watch the movie. We're trying to watch the movie. Down in front.
Who'd they take? Who'd they take? Who's got their alerts on?
Who's got the burner phone? Who's got the shifter phone over there?
Who's texting? Who's tweeting during a movie? Stop it.
I feel like the Eagles. I'm not going to take away credit from Howie Roseman because I think that Howie's done a great job with the draft. But I'm wondering if Andy Weidel has been really the main voice in making some of these picks. Yep. Because Howie, before this draft, I didn't think Howie ever watched the SEC. Like he never drafted anyone from the SEC. And now we're going Alabama. So I'm wondering if Howie made those trades happen and Andy Weidel said, we're going with this guy. And Howie's like, all right. We'll listen to you for once.
Well, it's as I was saying before the show, it's not so much of Weidel's running things now. It's more so how he's just going by the board.
Yeah,
there was always a board that Weidel and the scouting department set out, but they didn't follow it. They got cute and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know you guys said this guy, but we're gonna go this guy." And so I think this year they've made an emphasis. I mean, there was that report from Kaplan. He said that, Lori, Howie, everyone in the building, they were aware of everything that was said in that athletic article, about the what's been going on, with the scouting department and everything, and now they're trying their best to fix things. And so, Howie said in the press conference last night that they're focused on sticking to the board. So maybe that's what this all is,
Mm-hmm. Breaking news!
We're more willing to listen to it. I would like to say is like I hope that's true. I hope we're more willing to listen to the board.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I really hope, like what Chuck's is saying, it's true because I don't need Howie to try and outsmart everyone. Stick to your board. Trust your scouts. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Like just don't throw some random shit at the wall and be like, that's my guy. It doesn't work. It just makes it look like morons.
What's up, Grace?
What's up, Grace?
What up, Grace? The breaking news was just Chase Anderson had a shutdown inning. After a leadoff double to Marcus Stroman, we had a shutdown inning for the Phillies.
There we go.
Yeah,
all right. World Series, here we come.
What's the frustration out there? Like, Bill's like ridiculous. Like, wow.
Bill and Martinez are they're not happy.
Yeah, they're not happy.
No, you're not JJ. I mean, if you want to start pointing fingers, you told me JJ was going to be better than Alshon Jeffrey.
11 touchdowns.
11 touchdowns. That's what I was going to ask. How many touchdowns did you predict?
Stick to the Pac-12, Bill. Let the big boys like myself stick to the big boy conferences, all right?
Say bye, guys. Go Eagles.
See you, Grace.
See you, Grace.
Never too young.
They passed on years past because of physical issues. They passed on guys who can play in this league. Okay? But now they don't, and everybody's got a problem with it. Like this is
Tom. Thank you. Like it's
Bill.
you know all these medical red flags. Like I get it. People are scared.
You don't need to do that.
They were
Bill.
scared. They were scared.
Well,
wow, Bill, come on. Wow, Bill, come on.
I
But
know,
like, I know
that.
Eagles fans are scared again because of what happened with Sydney, and I get it. But also, didn't all the Eagles fans, all of us, really, really want DK Metcalf? Well, why did DK Metcalf fall? Because of medical red flags.
Mhm.
So stay consistent. It's not like every single prospect that has medical red flags doesn't end up as Sidney Jones. There's you're going to lose on some of them. You're going to win on some of them. It is what it is.
Yeah, like to go off what you're
John
saying,
Lynch.
Chuck.
I just said the same thing. Yes, exactly. Like
it's not like we were the only ones who passed on DK. You know what I mean? Like they all want to throw DK Metcalf and the other guys, but I'm like, this isn't Justin Jefferson where it's like we're one of the few teams that passed on him at the spot he was predicted to go. Like everyone passed on Metcalf. That's a mess up on our part. I get not wanting to trust Howie Roseman. I do, because I don't really trust him right now. But you know what? He's earned some goodwill with me. I got Devonta Smith at 6. I got the first round pick, and I got a really nice player in Dickerson who could be my center for years to come. Like, just give some time.
Can everybody shut the fuck up, please? Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut
Here we
the fuck up.
go.
I am not telling you that this dude's a can't miss and he's a fucking block out the sun guy, Bill. I'm not telling you that. It's fucking pick 37. I'm not telling you that, okay? I'm not telling you that. But they got their fucking gold jacket in the first round. So like Pete said, I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass here, all right? And understand that my center's about to retire. And if they believe this is the guy to replace him, then so be it. He played at a big-time school, got rings all over his damn finger, and then we're going to act like he can't play because he got banged up and Joker's falling for medical reasons? So it's okay to take Joker there when he's falling for medical reasons, but not the other guy? You can't have it both ways. You don't tell me I sound stupid. Fine, and I'm stupid. I'm stupid for not being up in arms because it's not sexy to you. That's what it is. Because it didn't tickle your damn balls like Deshaun Watson's masseuses, and now I'm stupid. Okay? I'll be stupid. But when this guy's going to Pro Bowls then, Bill, then don't come back on here and you better, I'm going to bend over and you kiss my ass. Because I'll tell you one thing. I miss on plenty of shit. I don't miss in Bama. Haven't. So do the homework on me when talk about Bama players. That's the one school I watch. That's the one school I really give a shit about. And it's the one school that, honestly, I missed plenty of picks throughout my life, not from freaking Bama. Who told you about Judy and who told you the difference between him and Ruggs? How'd that age, Bill? I don't miss on Bama. I miss everywhere else. Everywhere else in the country I'll miss. Not a Bama. And it's not Tom patting himself on the back. I'm just telling you that's the one school I actually watch a ton of. So you don't have to be excited about it, and you can tell me I'm an idiot, and you can tell me A, B, C, and D. Fine, I'll be an idiot. I've been wrong plenty of times. But to be mad about this like it was a reach, that's my issue with all you guys. It's not a reach. It's not a reach. Is it sexy? No. Is it the guy maybe we wanted? No. But to say it's a reach or say it's a bad pick right now, geez, talk to me in a year from now.
Yeah, exactly, Tom. Anyone who's following the draft knows this is not a reach. There's only 2 reasons why he wasn't a first-round pick. He plays center. Most times centers don't get drafted in the first round. And he has a medical history. Other than that, this guy has all-pro talent. Mm-hmm. And if he can stay healthy, he can be an all-pro.
Asante.
Oh, there it is.
To the Chargers.
Asante gone.
All right, good pick. It's not like
It's a very good pick.
I love Asante. Aggressive. Bill, Doug will be a head coach again. So, again, I'll hold that stance, and I'll put whatever amount of money you want on it, that a Super Bowl winning head coach will get another opportunity again. You can book it. Book it, book it, book it.
If he wants it. He may not want to come back.
Facts, Johnny. Yes, facts. Like Brian Billick. Brian Billick got numerous job offers after he got fired from Baltimore, right? Just because he won a Super Bowl before. He didn't take them, but he had numerous offers to coach again. So if you don't think a Super Bowl winning head coach recently isn't going to get another opportunity to coach somewhere, you're freaking crazy. Crazy. And you don't got to like Doug. You can be like Greg and hate Doug, but he's going to get another chance. Mm-hmm. He's a football guy. Now you're anti-Doug. Shut up, Bill. I love you, but shut your mouth. Now you're clueless.
It's all depend. Like I hate to say this, but can we wait to see what they do at 70 before we judge the entire process, please?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if they're able to get somebody, say for example, like we were saying at 37, say somebody drops, somebody that shouldn't even be close to 70 drops. Then we're going to be saying, hey, all right, you got somebody to help the future, which is a pretty important position to John's point and all of our points, to where, hey, center, future replacement for either Brooks or Kelsey or whoever you want to throw in there. Yep. And then at 70, say we get a really good corner. Say we get a really good linebacker or defensive player. Then we're going to look at all 3 picks combined, especially in comparison to the first 3 picks last year, and be like, well, last year we had 3 bona fide project picks, 2 picks that might not be able to play, maybe 3 picks. We don't know. They're all question marks. Now we have this year to where the one guy we always wanted, the other position, he's really, really good. We just have a couple questions, and we don't know if he's going to play right away. And if we get a good corner or linebacker, then we're cool. Remember where we were a year ago, ladies and gentlemen. I would much rather be sitting here the way we are today than where we were 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, completely agree.
Kyle Trask here. Would Kyle Trask tickle your balls enough? You know, I mean, I like Rise. I don't know what everybody. I just don't know what everybody wants. Like, you can be upset, and that cannot be your favorite player, and that's fine. I'm not going to say, you know, A, B, C, or D. We don't know, but I just think everybody needs to calm the freak down a little bit. I mean, I wasn't mad about anything. Bill's getting me all triggered. Like, I'm just trying to kumbaya tonight and see where we end up with these 2 picks and go from there. Like, I'm happy as a pig in shit. We drafted my guy yesterday. All right? Couldn't blow the guy enough. Couldn't blow the guy enough. So I don't. What am I? I'm gonna get mad about the second round pick. The stars come round 1, baby. If you miss round 1, then nothing matters in my eyes.
While we're waiting for this next third round pick, I want to talk about something that Ryan said. He said we don't really know anything really about our first 3 picks of last year's draft. To be honest, I mean, I think he's mainly talking about Reagor and Davion Taylor, and also Jalen Hurts is like some of our fan base are thinking Jalen Hurts. Oh, that was a good pick. He's ready. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet at all. And something I'd just like to say to Jalen Reagor, I know he doesn't listen to A2D anymore because he blocked basically all of us, but we want you to be good. We do this because we want you to succeed. You may not think we do. We're not haters. We want to see you be as good as you can be. And the fact that we have Devontae Smith now, and the 17-game season, there's no excuse for Jalen Reagor to not go over 800 yards. No excuse. He's got to have over 800 yards. I'm expecting Devontae Smith to have over 1,000 yards. I mean, that might just be lofty, but I think he can do it. Jalen Reagor has to be over 800 yards. Otherwise, failed pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our offense now, like, you know, take the no Kool-Aid here, because I've been very critical of Jalen Reagor and I've been very critical of Miles Sanders. Now, am I less critical of Miles because at least he's proven that he can be electric in this league? Yes, I'm less critical of Miles because he can take a ball 70 to the house at any time, right? But that's what you're building an offense around. A lot of explosiveness here, a lot of toys to play with. When you talk about Devontae Reagor, right? And we're not even talking about Watkins of the world, Hightowers of the world, right? Fulghams, we're not even talking about them guys, right? And then you look at your backfield with Miles and Dallas Goedert and maybe Zach Ertz still being on this roster. There's a lot of offensive explosiveness here. There really is. And I agree, Johnny. And now the pressure shifts to Jalen Reagor because you're almost, even though the other guy's a rookie, you're almost, you get to breathe a little bit, right? And less attention, less focus on you. And if you can't succeed in that situation, oh, Lord help you, stay off of Twitter. That's all.
Exactly. And the fact that I'm assuming, like I think all of you guys are assuming, Devontae Smith, the second he steps in the training facility, he's wide receiver 1. He's playing the X.
No, it's not even a question.
It's not even a question. There's no one that's going to take that from him. So if you're Jalen Reagor, you probably came into this thinking, all right, I'm going to have to step up and be the number 1. Now you don't. Now you're the number 2. You're going up against the second best corner most of the time, probably maybe the third. Who knows how they're going to do it? Sirianni says he's going to move people around. But I know you just said that he has more pressure, but also in some cases he has less pressure now because everyone's going to be looking at, oh, Devontae Smith this, Devontae Smith that, and he's going to have an opportunity to show us why he was the number 1 overall pick. Or
Johnny, Johnny, that's a great point. And John, we appreciate the super chat as well. And he says, why is everybody so miserable? Goddamn, we got Smith, 3 first rounds next year, and cap space. Jesus Christ, we aren't winning this year, and that's okay. And yes, we don't want to compete, guys. We're junkies. Nobody wakes up in the morning to lose. Nobody wakes up in the morning not wanting to compete. When the end of August rolls around and we get closer to kickoff, I think me and Chuck's talking about this before. Week 1, you always want to have high hopes, right? You're always going to believe like, oh, we can get the 10. We can get the 10 maybe. How do we get the 10, guys? How do we get the 10? That's going to be all of us, right? We're going to try to figure out ways to get there. But in reality, we're not ready to win right now. And that's okay. That's okay. But in 2022, we are ready to take a big jump. And that big jump comes around with at least 2 firsts and 2 seconds at minimum and a ton of money. And the one thing we can say about Howie Roseman, when he has money to spend, he usually does a good job on that situation. Like, he's pretty good at free agency. He struggles in other areas. But I think he's already redeemed himself this year from last year. I mean, he's really redeemed himself with just a Javonte Smith pick alone. You showed yourself going in a different direction in my eyes.
I'll one up you, Tom. I think he's redeemed himself just going to 2 big schools. I mean, I swear to God, I honestly, the more I think about it, was Howie listening all those Mondays, Tom, when we were joking about how they hadn't taken out an Alabama player since 2002? They're like, oh, really? You're going to harp on this? Watch this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take 2 in the top 2. You want to talk about
Rondell Moore?
The last Bama player we took.
Oh, little Rondell.
Let me check on that, Pete. I should have had that ready for you, but no, let me check. That's actually
great pick by Arizona Cardinals, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
that's a good pick.
Healthy, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't know. But in terms of like putting anybody around DeAndre Hopkins is a win. But that might be the smallest offense around when you put him and Kyler Murray together.
And then Christian Kirk's not too big either.
Yeah.
No.
Real quick on Ojulari and Joker. Joker's because of he's falling because of his position. They don't know how he's going to be used. Teams are fearful.
Lack thereof, right? Yeah.
And Ojulari is falling on medical for whatever reason.
Real quick about the Joker. People don't watch enough of him. That's the problem. I mean, like, yes, he's positionalist, and Isaiah Simmons hurts him in a way. That dude takes your head off, man. I don't know.
It's insane, Tommy.
Yeah, you're right. It's different. Simmons was more the back half of your guy, your safety, your cornerback, just your yoked up one. This guy is, Joker's more of the actual in the box linebacker with that versatility.
Yep.
Greg, I am disappointed that we don't have young players on our defense to grow around. I'm fully disappointed in that, okay? But I can also address that big time next year, right? I also drafted a guy, in Davion Taylor in the 3rd round, and he's a play next year. So, what makes you think I'm going to draft a guy defensively and he's even going to step on the field and play for me with all these veterans out there, right? So it's not like it has to be done this year. Like, they can easily come back in next year's draft, and their first 2 picks in the 1st round could both be defense, like literally. So, yes, would I have liked to see a defender that I assume from, talking to Wills that it was definitely going to be a defender? Yeah, but I think we all expected a defender going, right, guys, just because of need.
Yep.
But
yeah,
there was and it's okay.
Yeah, I thought at 37 it screamed defense. That's why it caught me off guard a little bit too, because all of us waking up today thought, they were either going to go corner or linebacker, and they obviously went with the center.
Real quick, guys. So to answer Pete's question on who the last Alabama player they drafted was before,
can I guess
24 hours? Yes, you can.
What year? Can you just tell me what year?
2002. 2002.
It was a wide receiver. Was that? No. Billy McMullen was from West Virginia.
Can I give you another hint?
Yeah.
He never played.
He was a late round pick too.
He was. Yes, he was.
Who? Come on. It's going to take too long for me to.
Freddie Millens.
Oh, Freddie Millens. Freddie. He stunk.
He was a bust. So the last Alabama play. No wonder they got scared off. They got scared. They saw Freddie. They're like, oh my God, this is Alabama. This is
Alabama too. I think, right? Like, he wasn't good at Bama.
Oh, of course, there would be a reach pick there. Of course. It took him 19 years to recover.
Joker could end up being the DK Metcalf of this draft.
Yeah.
In terms of falling and end up being the stud. He could be that guy. And the longer this goes without him going, I mean, the Giants could take him right here, but the longer this goes without him going, the more of an opportunity that if you really do like the guy, that you can make a move for him. But I mean, I don't know. They're not, like Chuck said last night, they just won't do it. It's just not who they are. They just don't freaking do it. They don't value it.
Bill's leaving. He just said goodnight to everybody.
That's why you're a goddamn problem. You can't wait to 70, honey. You can't figure out to 70 that you're that much of it. Bill,
can't wait 20 picks.
Tom, he's got to go break another TV like he did last year when we picked Hurts.
The TV that was already broken, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to go break a TV and send it to us. $1,000.
So,
what, Pete? I see you over there moving and shaking. What happened?
Just looking at I'm looking at the board.
No, other Pete. Sorry.
Looking at the board here, and I'm like, I talked to my friend yesterday who's he's a Washington fan. And I said, well, how do you feel about Jamin Davis? He said, I mean, it's okay. I would like to have the Notre Dame kid. Look who picks next, and look who's still on the board.
Yep.
You add Joker to that defense in Washington with Jamin Davis. Oh.
Good luck.
I understand we're not trying to win right now. I get it. We're further away, but I mean, Washington, like every other team in the division, is getting better along with us. Like we're far removed from the 5 or 10 years where we hit it out the park in the draft, and Dallas and the rest of the division is sitting there like, "What are you guys doing?" We're laughing at them. Nobody's doing that anymore. You know what I mean? So, not to take anything away from our pick in the second round, but this other teams are getting stronger in positions on the side of the ball that they were already strong at.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I'll just say real quick to answer one of the super chats from earlier from Umberto asking us, like, you know, would we be okay with a corner? What corners are on our board right now? I'll just say personally, I'm not going to speak for everyone. It's Melifonwu, because I was saying this on a couple Monday shows. Like, I would have been okay if we took Melifonwu at 37, just because he's a big corner. He's a big corner.
Good.
Like, some people consider him a safety.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just don't give up on your second round corner the year before, who at the end of 2019 actually showed he could play, and then maybe you'd have another corner. But hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you that Brandon Graham comes out and freaking blows Sidney Jones, your leader of your defense, about his response and his toughness, and then you're like, oh, you know what? We're just gonna move on. Okay.
You mean you don't like undersized corners like Avonte Maddox?
Avonte Maddox is fine in the slot if he's healthy. If he's healthy, he's a fine
in the slot. Yeah.
Fine.
Question for you guys.
Remember when the Giants took Kadarius Toney last night?
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, no. What are you hinting at?
Remember when?
No, I was just
I thought you saw something. Okay.
No, they're just up, and it was getting down. Someone's alarm's going off. I don't have to wake up.
That was mine. Sorry, I didn't even realize it was on. My bad, guys.
Oh God, it's Darius Slayton.
Ooh.
Wouldn't it be ironic?
He looks like Big Sean a little bit.
Azeez Ojulari.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
that defense. Their defense
that's
is
a good pick.
Rumored, and it's just rumored, and by a lot of people say that he might be the best pure pass rusher in this draft.
He is. Mm-hmm. He is.
You know?
That's why I was good with him at 37. He is the best pure pass rusher.
It's a good thing we got Dickerson.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Steve.
He plays inside though.
Darius Toney, though.
I'm trying to be positive, Greg. Jesus God.
Did Elijah Molden get picked or no?
No,
not yet.
No.
Nope.
That's the kid I was thinking about. Molden.
How would you guys? I'm just asking because I'm indifferent with him. How would you guys feel about his mold? Like if you're not familiar with them, they compare him a lot to like Honey Badger, that type of defensive back. Well, how would you feel about? He's small, but he flies all over the field. He's one of those like hybrid defensive guys, like Honey Badger. So I don't know how you guys would feel about potentially him, even though like if we pick him, that's another undersized defensive back along with Avonte Maddox. So.
It comes down for a guy like that, right? What makes Honey Badger so good is his compete level is off the charts.
Yep.
Right? You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna get beat because he's gonna compete with you as hard as he will, right? So, and that's tough to measure someone, right, Chucks? That's so tough to measure someone's compete level, especially at the highest level. When you
from what I've seen from Molden, though, he has a very similar compete level. Like he's a dog. Like he fights and he's scrappy. He plays bigger than his size. So that's I think that's where a lot of the comps to Honey Badger goes, because he's not afraid.
So some comments from Landon Dickerson in his post-draft Zoom call. Literally just came out a second ago.
Love Zoom calls. Let's go. Let's hear it.
He says during his video interview a few moments ago, he said that his recovery from a second torn ACL is where he wants it to be. While he didn't offer a timetable for his return, he projected his O-line position and said that he can play all 5 spots and do whatever the Eagles need him to do.
You know what that sounds like? That's a Nick Saban coached up kid right there.
Yep.
The winner.
Tackle.
That's
Swiss Army knife, baby.
Cosby's a good pick for Washington right here, by the way.
Yeah.
But that tells
That's
me
exactly
another
what you
winner.
wanted. That's exactly what.
There you go.
There it goes.
I mean, that's just exactly what Nick Saban coaches up, right? I mean, when you walk on to Alabama there, you know, it's about competing and it's about being selfish. I mean, selfishness, right? Or being unselfish. Sorry, whatever the fucking word is. Too tired. Yeah. But that's what it's about there. And it's about buying into a culture and everything else. So when you hear these guys talk like Devontae Smith, who just talks about like, listen, I just want to, you know, whatever. They all talk the same if you hear them all talk, right? Like all the Bama kids talk the same. So it's because of Saban. Like, I don't know. Nobody has a crystal ball.
Cleveland traded up.
Yeah.
And
nobody
then
has a crystal ball. So nobody.
And then one other thing. Apparently, at the end of the college football season, many of the of Landon Dickerson's competitors were asked to describe him in one word. The common theme, and this was named numerous times, was, quote, absolute mauler.
Yeah.
That's his competitors talking about him.
Yeah, he's a different type.
He came back.
Sorry, Greg. Sorry.
Well, he tore his ACL in the
Championship.
SEC championship game, right?
Yes.
Well, and then he came back and he played. Now, granted, it was just the last snap of the but he did come out and he snapped the last play of the NCAA of the actual national championship game.
Yeah.
And that was a cool moment.
It was a really cool moment, and it shows, you know, how much that team respects him and how much he met a group of guys as a leader. And guess what? Like I said, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows. But, you know, if he only had one ACL, he's going to the first round.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's as simple as that. So I understand people upset and people continue to be, but let's see where we go at 70. And if 70 is like weird to us, then we'll circle back and maybe we'll be critical of this. But I can't be. I've asked for Bama guys. I've asked for SEC guys. I've asked for toughness. I asked for winners. And I think we all have. And you went and got 2 winners, man. Shit. What do we want? What do we want here?
Yeah, I don't. I know a lot of people. I've been seeing like on Twitter, like my replies and stuff like that. So far, like most of the people replying to me hate it. But like, you know, he only played the 1 full season and everything. And one of the arguments they're making is that, you know, it's a high risk, high reward pick, but you don't do high risk, high reward picks when you're rebuilding. I personally, I don't know how about anyone else, but I don't have that type of philosophy. I take a high risk, high reward pick if I like the guy. You know, I don't care what situation my team is. I'm taking, if I like the guy enough, I'll take the risk. So to me, it also depends on where you're picking. So I don't know. Like I don't agree with that. Like, oh, if you're rebuilding, you can't do high risk, high reward. I disagree.
That's what you should be doing. If you have job security like this guy does, you're not going anywhere ever. Absolutely take high risk, low risk, high reward guys.
High risk, high reward.
Whatever the hell it is, take them guys all day because that's how you hit. Though that's how you hit. That's how teams hit in later rounds because they say, "Oh, you know what? It's worth the risk, right?" And that's how teams hit the second round on. The first round, you can't do that shit. But the second round on,
yeah. Especially when if the talent is like really, really high, the upside's really, really high. You know, those guys are not going to last too much longer once you get past the second round or get into the second round. I mean, look at DK Metcalf. We said it earlier. DK Metcalf, medical red flags. That's why he was in the second round. It's the whole reason.
Mm-hmm.
Teams passed on him because of the medical red flags, but he worked out fine. You're hit or miss with a bunch of these. It's not, one way or the other. You win some, you lose some. It is what it is.
Hey, everybody out there listening, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, whatever platform you're listening to us on. And who do you, everybody out there in the chat, want at 70? And
the Macho fan.
Can we get the Macho Man from Cleveland? Bitch?
Can we get the Macho fan?
If not a player, just give me a positional group then. And circle the board, Jake, if you want to start on, maybe some names, or if not, just some positions.
I mean, if Joker falls to 70, I don't think he will, but if Joker falls to 70, it's a no-brainer. But if Joker's gone, I'll say linebacker.
This one's great right here.
Joker slept with
Miss Goodell. One guy said, did he stab somebody?
Yeah,
he did something.
He probably would have been better off just taking the Tunsil gas mask. He still probably would have been drafted already.
I know.
I've seen a lot of people in the comments section talking about the Eagles' interest in Terrace Marshall and potentially drafting Terrace Marshall in the third round. Like, I like Terrace Marshall, but I don't think that taking another receiver would be a good look for this team. Like it just shows me that you don't believe in any of those receivers that you drafted in the third, fourth, fifth round.
Right.
Like, we're going to just give up on him now? Like, Terrace Marshall, I feel like, is going to be a good player, but at the same time, Eagles just can't go to that position.
There's Joker.
Cleveland
Yeah, it doesn't shock me.
Browns fans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sure
another
Pete's
team
happy.
that's already strong on defense getting stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So they went Newsome, Joker. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good.
And they have Grant Delpit coming
Steal
back
and a
next year,
half.
too.
Yeah, Grant Delpit didn't even play last year.
Yeah, he
too.
tore it. Yeah,
And
they
they
tore
got
his Achilles or his knee.
And their corners,
Their secondaries are really good as well.
Yeah,
Who was that
Daniel
corner
Willard
they
is
drafted?
really
Did they
good.
draft another corner?
They drafted Newsome.
Last year they drafted someone he didn't even play. I think the corner.
Greedy Williams.
Oh yeah.
Greedy
Did not
Williams.
expect that. I did not think they were gonna. Yeah, guys, I want to apologize. My internet, because of this stupid storm,
Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
What up, Jimmy?
Hi, boys. What's going on?
But
Jimmy's not happy.
That's what gives value in the second round where they got him. I didn't expect him to fall this far, man. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
To
They got
answer
to steal.
to answer your question though, Tom, I'll give you three. I'll just give you two. Melifonwu, Jabril Cox, Dylan Moses. If it's any of those three, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Sorry, I didn't know if they were going in order.
Good.
Yeah, for me, if they fall, Melifonwu, I agree with, and then I'm sticking with one of my personal favorite guys is Andre Cisco from Syracuse. I want him at 70. Like, to me, he's the best center fielder in this draft at safety. And so
field talk.
he's got
Can he
range.
hit?
He can hit. He's like a miss. When I watch him, like, he's
Can
not
he hit a
the best.
fastball?
Oh God! I fell for it. I got set up. Set up.
Even if he can, he still can he play?
Fit right in if he can't.
But he creates
Bob,
turnovers.
is it-
He creates turnovers. You know, Cisco. He's a ball hawk. So we've missed that that turnover aspect of the defense. We haven't been getting turnovers a lot past couple of seasons. So I think he'd be a great addition too. I don't think they'll go that route, but those are the two I'm looking at 70.
Chucks, is it Melifonwu? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Melifonwu.
Oh no, W.
Melifonwu?
God bless
Yeah,
you.
I really like him. If you could somehow get him at 70, I'd be doing backflips.
Okay.
And
I want to see that happen because I don't think he could do a backflip.
Everyone freaking
Oh,
out.
I know my fat ass can't do a backflip.
Everyone's freaking out in the chat that we didn't name Nick Bolton. We're not going to name the entire draft, guys. We like Nick Bolton. Like, we don't want to give you a couple.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Like, I like Nick Bolton. I'm sure others like Nick Bolton.
I think we go quarterback with this next pick.
Right?
Are you turning the cone now?
Kellen Mond.
Is Chrome down there? Is he in the house right now? Like, what's happening to you?
Jeez. It's Ifatu Melifanu.
No, yeah, I mean, all joking aside, I think it's at this point, or we're at the point where it's got to be something defensively, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be.
You would think, right?
You would think.
What if they just shock everyone and they go like wide receiver or quarterback or some ridiculous thing?
Hey, the tight end from Penn State's still out there.
Oh,
So,
don't tempt me with a good time.
You know,
Fire move.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Uncle Jeff loves offense.
He does love offense.
So
I'm
there you
not
go.
really that high on Freiermuth, to be honest. Like, I don't think. I mean, he was a good college player, but when you watch him, he does a lot of the same things that we already have with Dallas Goedert. Like, and Dallas Goedert's better than him. Number one, he can't block very well. He's really just a big receiver. He doesn't have a lot of tight end qualities. He just seems like a big receiver to me when I watch him play.
And we already have a tight end. You don't win in this league with 12 and 13 personnel. You win with speed. If we get Freiermuth, I'm banning the Eagles. You're done. You're done.
Last time I checked, Devontae Smith's pretty fast. So
yeah,
but you need 3 or 4 of those guys to win now.
Who's Dallas?
You have one of them.
Who the fuck?
Dallas Goedert, Nick.
What has he really done? Like, I had everyone last year telling me he's better than Zach Ertz and he was going to have this Hall of Fame season. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Well, everybody on that offense was abysmal, and it started from the head coach, the GM, whoever you want to blame, the quarterback. Everybody on the offense was abysmal.
Speaking of Zach Ertz, Tom, I'm thinking that at this point, it's a high likelihood that you're going to get your wish, and the Eagles are going to keep Zach Ertz around to help out Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I guess
I don't.
the value's not there.
Maybe.
I don't think the value's there. I feel like the Eagles. I mean, they're not going to sign anyone else. We have them already under the cap, so.
Well, if they don't find a suitor, in the draft, they could cut him. They could release him post June 1st, and they would save money on the cap. So,
which is probably what's going to happen because
they release
why though? Like, it doesn't.
30-year-old tight end. If they release a 30-year-old tight end that's still a top 5 player in this league at his position, that's the biggest disgrace in the history of Philadelphia sports. The guy can still play. Let's not act like he's 34. I'm just saying let's not act like he's 34, 35. Howie, let's say, hey, you know what? Do what you didn't do for 11 for once. Just do what you didn't do. If you don't have a suitor for him, don't just take back chump change for it. Say, you know what? Screw it. He's still under contract. Come and play if you want another one from either us or somebody else, which he'll come play for. Okay, because guys on contract years always seem to show up. So you use them. You use them for a year.
Totally right, Tom. Like that, Chucks was just saying, like, if we cut him after a certain time period, we'll save like some money under the cap. Like, what is that going to be? Like $1 million, $2 million? We're not going to sign anyone substantial.
No, half of his dead cap would be gone and save for next year.
He makes what does he make though? He makes like $8 million right now.
I forget what it is. The exact number.
But like, bottom line is free agency has pretty much like come and gone for
No,
now.
I understand that. I'm not saying that's the route I would go. I just, until I hear a report that Howie and Ertz have made kumbaya and are good to go. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I think it's the bridge has been burnt, and I think it's just they both sides know that it's just inevitable, whether it's a trade or it's him being cut. I mean, we've seen stars get cut. We've seen not just the Eagles, every team. We've seen veterans just on the way out get cut. It is what it is. So.
I mean, we saw Chip cut Deshaun Jackson in his prime. It's the worst decision I've ever seen from any coach.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen crazier. So
that was
8.5, by the way.
8.5.
And that wasn't Chip Kelly's cut, by the way. Just to educate everybody out there. That's Jeffrey Lurie's cut. So everybody that wants to put Deshaun Jackson on Chip Kelly, everybody was wrong from Jump Street.
He could have vetoed it anytime he wanted.
When the
gang Jeff Lurie, that was a terrible cut.
When the gang affiliation conversation came out, true, false, or indifferent, I don't know. That cut came within hours after that, like 24 hours. So that's all owner to me. That's all. Oh, bad luck, he's out, and they didn't do their due diligence on it, and they rushed to the decision, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's over with. But that's Jeffrey Lurie just can't keep his hands off stuff, and Chip took the blame for it, and that's fine. It doesn't matter who did it, but. I don't know. Chucks is right. Like, guys get cut all the time. I get it. I'm not in a position of cutting players who can still play.
Yeah.
Where I stand, but I also understand this dude's always trying to save at the buck. So, we'll see.
Tom, we mentioned this. Even. Go ahead, Pete.
Sorry. I think Ertz can still play. Like, I still believe he could play at a high level. I still think he could help this football team. Like, if you want to trade him, trade him. You want to go get draft picks for him, go do that. But, like, to just cut him just to save a few bucks is cheap. It's disrespectful to Zach after all he's done for us. Like, if you were going to do this and you were going to cut him, you should have done it 3-4 months ago. Like, it's ridiculous.
The argument is 3-4 months ago they thought that they could trade him.
And they should have tried to trade him. They should have tried to trade him. Cutting him now, you look like a jackass.
Well, they're going to look like jackasses anyway.
I
think we just have to come to terms with the fact that, like, I think they're just set on parting ways, regardless of. I mean, I do agree he can still play. And if it were up to me, I would keep him another year. I love Zach Ertz. I absolutely love Zach Ertz, so I'd want him here again. Freaking his press conference at the end of the season made me cry. Freaking, I love him, but I just everything I'm reading, it's inevitable. So
if the Eagles don't take a corner at 70, guys, Pete, I know you and I have talked about this in the past. Would you guys be for them signing that Steven Nelson from Pittsburgh on a 1 year?
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Absolutely.
Isn't Richard Sherman still out there, too?
No, Sherman. That's a hard pass.
I'm pretty sure who else are we gonna have?
Not a scheme fit either.
Steven Nelson was a much better player last year than Richard Sherman. He had like a 140 passer rating in like 6 games or something.
And the only reason why Steven Nelson got cut, it's not because it's not a who's the guy from the Rams that came here and sucked last year?
Oh God!
Everybody, Roby Coleman.
Yes,
Nickel Roby Coleman.
Like Nickel Roby Coleman got cut because of a cap casualty. Steven Nelson got cut because they changed schemes because their defensive coordinator got fired.
Mm-hmm.
So like he had,
it was a money thing.
No, it had nothing to do with it. Was scheme. It was scheme fit, and he requested a trade. He got out of there. So
yeah.
He's not the perfect candidate because the argument also is, well, he's also still out there, so he's not perfect because he would have been signed by now.
But
I would say it's a Band-Aid type move. That way we don't have to run no-name guys out there or somebody that we draft in the 4th round. I would be cool with that.
Yeah, a couple things on the Beagle. We appreciate the super chat. We spent the 37th pick on someone who's had season-ending injuries. Every year he played in college. Great logic, Howie. Joe H., another super chat. Thank you, Joe. Who is better, Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones?
Jalen Hurts.
Daniel Jones.
Jalen Hurts is better.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Maybe it'll change this year.
I'm not saying Daniel Jones is better than anybody. So
Daniel Jones has been the fumble machine, and we've been watching Carson.
Jalen Hurts had 9 fumbles last year. So
I mean, I'm projecting it from a standpoint of this year. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be better. Like.
He might be, but
right now,
you can show it.
Right now,
hasn't showed me
Daniel
anything.
Jones just based off of his sample size. Like he's done more in the league. I think that's fair. But
all Hurts has shown me is he can fumble the football and he can inaccurately throw the football.
Mm-hmm.
Who said? Which one of them?
Jalen Hurts. He's shown me he's inaccurate.
Both of them aren't that accurate. So.
Steelers up.
Yeah, maybe put a gun to my head. I'm probably going to take Hurts on my football team.
Freiermuth.
There you go, Greg. There you go.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, we got a hit from a center fielder.
Keystone State.
Who got hit? Who hit?
It was a bunt single for Odubel.
By who? Yeah.
That's such a
Does he finally have a batting average?
Pittsburgh.
He might. Yeah, he's got a hit. So.
Chuck, that is right.
13?
That is so right. That is such a Pittsburgh
It's
pick.
such a Pittsburgh
Yes.
pick.
No, there's no doubt about it. You're absolutely right.
Especially the last name. That's such a steal.
Yeah.
Such a Steelers last name.
Just because of his last name, he's going to be a Hall of Famer now. Yep.
I don't know about that, but
Yep.
the scary thing is with Daniel Jones,
they had a need.
Sucks so bad.
Yeah,
bro.
it's a joke.
They have so many picks that they could beat another team in the sweepstakes for Wilson or Watson. next offseason.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Daniel Jones believer at all. I don't think he's the guy. But right now, if I'm going off right now what they've shown, it's Daniel Jones. I mean, Jalen Hurts has shown me like inconsistencies. He's shown flashes and shown some horrible stuff. So all I've seen from Hurts is inconsistencies. So I in 4 starts. So right now, Daniel Jones is the better one. If I'm projecting, I do think Hurts will be better.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Real quick, I've heard this a couple times tonight, and it's not, and this doesn't go to anybody like as an attack. I've heard a lot of the words scheme and fit and all these other things. Right? What I'm going to say to that is the damn good players fit whatever the hell you want to play. Yep. So for some of these guys anybody that can't fit a certain scheme and wants out because of a certain scheme.
They're bums.
Like the real good ones in this league can fit what you do, right? Because they're ball players, they're studs. Now, certain guys need certain fits, etc. I get all that, but the difference makers in this league, are always going to be guys that fit with
transcendent.
Yeah, they'll go into anything and fit. So now at this point of the draft, I mean maybe you're looking for that, like the Cowboys, for instance. All right, you just drafted what fits your scheme more than maybe who the better corner is, right? Yeah. Now, sometimes that pays off for you, sometimes that doesn't. We'll find out if the kid from Kentucky can play at the next level. But that's the only thing. Like I know a lot of coaches look for that.
It's when you're talking about. I completely agree with. If most 99% of the time, if you're a special player, part of it is because your scheme transcends it. You play in any type of scheme, you make it work. That's part of what makes you so special. But like when you're getting into the players that are like tiers under that, like talking about like the decent players, the good players, those are the ones that you're saying like, okay, maybe they're scheme specific. You have to scheme them. They have to be successful in a certain kind of scheme. So that is what it is. I mean, that was my point about Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman right now, the veteran he is, he's not going to be able to play in a cover 2, cover 4 type of defense. He's a press cover 3 guy. He's a bumper run guy. He's not going to do anything else. So Richard Sherman here wouldn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Silence.
I just want
past his prime. I mean, it's not even worth me putting my input on it. It's just a waste of my breath.
I know I'm a little late to the party. I just want to give my little spiel on it, and Tommy's going to be a little disappointed in me, but it's just this organization has done absolutely nothing for me since that Super Bowl victory, with the exception of last night, and the fact that they drafted, he's injury prone, an injury prone center who is good when he's on the field, but we've heard that about a lot of people, about a lot of athletes in this town, and we decided to draft another one in the second round when this team has so many needs, where your second round player needs to be an automatic impact player, especially when you need a linebacker, especially when you need a cornerback, especially when you need a safety or a defensive tackle. You had Barmore out there. We were talking about it last night on the draft. We would have been happy with 5-6 guys at 37, and all 5 of those guys were there.
Barmore
ended up taking.
Barmore don't play right away. Are you crazy?
He could have played. Do you know the
Barmore's
rotation
not
that they
playing
do?
over Fletcher Cox and
rotation. Jimmy Barmore playing over who? Fletcher Cox and Harvey.
But the rotation that they have on the defensive line that we've had over the past 7 years,
different
would
coaches.
have been a great fit for that.
Different coaches.
Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz isn't here.
So Fletcher Cox is going to be on the field every single play in 2021.
Collins doesn't play. You're just assuming that.
What do you mean? I'm just assuming that.
You're just assuming. It's a lot of assumptions coming out of a lot of mouths in the chat and in here. That we know he can't play. Like, we're assuming that he can't play and he won't play. That's what we're assuming. A lot of assuming, which is fine. Assume away. Assume away, guys. I just
four knee injuries. That's a little tough.
I'll leave you with this, Jimmy. I'll leave you with this. This was a while. Say we didn't take Javonte Smith, right? Hypothetically, we took somebody else in the first round. Okay, and this was a skill position player who was a graded top 25 pre-injuries, and we drafted him. Everybody would be jerking each other off here. Everybody. It'd be let's go skiing. That's what it would be. But the fact that it's a lineman is what changes the fact of the conversation. I know y'all. I know this city. I know y'all. I know this city too well.
Here's an interesting stat real quick. I just want to throw this in. Landon Dickerson has not allowed a sack since 2017.
Stinks. All right? Not good enough. Wasted pick. Let's move on. All right?
I agreed with your point, Jimmy, about the whole injury prone thing, because like that's just reality. Like we all know his injury history just hasn't been ideal. But like, and all those other players you talked about, like cornerback Asante, we could have got, if we were to draft Asante, we would have drafted Joker, would have drafted any of those players. Like you're right about those guys would have come in, made an immediate impact on our team. But
and defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Not a Jalen Hurts ridden offense.
Yeah, but we're not winning anything for a while.
Good teams win championships.
But you can turn it. We did it 2 years ago.
Trenches win championships.
There you go.
You can do it any single. So draft Barmore.
But that's the thing. I'm with Tom on this. Barmore would not be like he'd be playing like 7 snaps a game at most. Like he would not be having a big impact on this team, especially when we got guys like Cox still here. We got Hargrave still here. We have.
But what if they showed you that they could stay on the field for 17 games? They haven't shown you anything over the past 5 years.
Okay, but that's the same thing with Jason Kelsey.
What is Kyle Pitts shown?
I didn't want Kyle Pitts. He
went 4th overall because he's a skill position player. Kyle Pitts can't stay on the field either. Now, granted, it's not ACLs. I get it. But
that's why I didn't want Kyle Pitts. We already have a tight end.
Acting like it's a reach pick or a bad pick when he hasn't played a snap yet. Like, this is the reaction you should have for Jalen Hurts last year. That's the reaction we have for Jalen Hurts, not this. Like, I understand that, like, scratch your head. This isn't a scratch your head pick, though. It's
in the middle. It's in the middle of a scratch your head pick, and they've been doing way too many of those over the past 5 years.
You've been talking about how
Jimmy,
you're talking about Fletcher Cox isn't going to make it through the season. How he may not play. He's not going to play 17 games healthy. That's what you think, right? When's the last time Brandon Brooks did that? When's the last time Lane Johnson did that? It's the same thing.
It's just they're going to build up on the offense, and then our defense is going to give up 30 points a game. Like the NFL is a quick turnaround sport where you could be bad 1 year. You could be bad 1 year, and then you could come right back up the next.
But your owner said this to us in his presser, the end of the year, whatever freaking super presser it was. He talked about explosive offenses and wanting an explosive offense. Like the writing was on the wall where he's going. I mean, the writing's on the wall what he wants and what the owner wants in this city. The owner seems to get his way. So I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just telling you guys, if this was a skill position player, everybody knows their tune would be a little different right now. Just tell me I'm wrong, and I'll wait.
You're right. And
they want an explosive offense, and that's why we've been a 500 football team, or less than a 500 football team since we won the Super Bowl.
They haven't hit on explosiveness.
Huh?
They haven't hit on any explosiveness.
Yes. So what? It's just they have drafted terribly over the past 5 years since Carson. And even before Carson, they drafted terribly.
Not fair to judge. It's almost unfair because of past.
Well, it's just a recurring theme. We're banging our head against the wall now.
We're not, though. We just went and drafted the best wide receiver in this draft.
So then you draft a defender in the second round.
No, it ain't missionary, Jimmy. It ain't bend you over and keep you up and never turn you around. Like because we all love defense. I love defense too. I would have taken Joker, but it's not. I get it. I'm right with you guys, but we can't act like because we didn't take the guy we love or the sexy.
But there was 5 guys that we loved. There was 5 guys that we loved that were up there.
And who says that this guy doesn't have a better career than all 5 of them? No,
I don't know if they will or not.
I don't know either. That's why I'm arguing it because I don't know. You know what I mean? Because there's.
I just think one of those 5 other guys would have been a way better pick than
everyone in this fan base that's not delusional and knows that the Eagles are not. This is not a 1-year rebuild. How he said it himself, the process.
But that's what we thought after Doug's first year. That's what we thought after Doug's first year. That's what we thought after Chip Kelly's last year.
They told you 3 to 5 years.
Is supposed to be way better defensively as far as depth goes. So if we go and attack next year, full on the defense, we watch this year, we see what we really need after we sign all these defensive players, and then we take it into next year's draft when we got all these picks and all these assets. I think we're in a good spot. Like this year, we'll see what happens. We just want to see Javonte Smith make some nice plays. We'll see Jalen Hurts develop a little bit. We're not making the playoffs. We're not winning. Next year is when we can start thinking about, okay, can we compete?
I think it's I think it's overall I understand the concern, and it's valid. Like the injuries it's a valid concern. I can't argue against it. I think I agree with Tom. No, I know I agree with Tom. Like, I think we can be concerned and not like it, but if you're out here saying it's a horrible pick, I'm not saying you are, Jimmy. I'm just saying if you were one of those fans that are saying it's a horrible pick, like you would give them an F for the pick. I think that's going overboard. You know,
I don't think it's an F for a pick because you obviously need some offensive line depth. I said it last night. You went in the trenches.
Yeah.
But when you have Joker up there, when you have Asante Samuel up there, when you have the kid from TCU up there, when you have Rodney McLeod coming off and torn ACL.
Yeah, we all. I think when the pick was made, we all agreed.
Does anyone else think Orlando Pace can still play?
Yeah. Yep.
Probably.
He still looks like a monster.
T.O. could still play.
God, he was so good.
Mr. Wing, we assume he is.
Oh. We just had a quarterback from Central Michigan and now wide receiver from Central Michigan and Louisville just got.
Oh my God.
Tutu Atwell.
He's literally 5'8". He's 5'8", 145. I'm bigger than him. They just drafted me, and that's not good. That's bad. That's really bad.
Wait, the Rams drafted Atwell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they? Why? They have plenty of weapons already. It makes no sense.
Oh my God.
They literally just drafted me. He's not going to survive.
I guess they missed Tavon Austin. I guess. I don't know.
Wait, listen.
Second round?
I don't know. That's way too high.
Assuming a guy who never played an NFL down is just automatically going to be better than the guy we got from Minnesota who's actually played NFL downs and showed he can play. I love Joker, but name a Notre Dame linebacker that's been good.
True.
So
this guy has 5 seasons in college, 4 season-ending injuries, and his senior season got ended early in high school.
Ryan, I think he's skinnier than you.
I know he's 5 pounds small. He is 5 pounds.
Like he could have, if you wanted offensive line, he could have drafted another offensive lineman. But we're not that. Like the new Alabama roll tide thing for the Eagles, that's already getting old.
They drafted guys from Alabama. What are we doing? What are you looking to think to get upset about?
4 season in, and
I'm good. All day, every day. Let's go.
4.
Wait, what do you mean the whole new Alabama thing? They didn't touch Alabama since 2002.
Yeah, now they're going to do it for the rest of the draft.
They should.
That's fine with me.
I'm fine with it, but
to do. Maybe that's been their issue that they haven't.
When do I sign up?
This pick is.
Listen, the concerns of injury is real life. There's no way of running.
Going to be some great players
from real life injury concerns, right? There's no way of running from that. But to assume that these other guys are automatically going to be better than Dickerson, I think it's unfair. Like we're crowning these guys like these are top 10 picks that just fell all the way here and they're stars and they're can't misses. No, there's a reason they're in the second round. There's a reason.
Hold on. Jimmy's not saying that. That's one. What Jimmy is saying is the resources could have been better used elsewhere. Now, I agree with it. I'm on both sides. I'm neutral on the pick. The kid has also had tightrope surgery on both ankles. And having bad ankles, I know what that means. So he had to have that done because he easily gets high ankle sprains. Regardless of that, I think what Jimmy ultimately is saying is that resource could have been better used elsewhere at picks and positions are better in need. Am I understanding?
Yes, you're right. Or they could have went with another offensive lineman that was up there.
Did I say that? I want to know when I said that they shouldn't have went other ways. I never disagreed with that. I never said injuries aren't a concern. I'm saying that we're shitting on a pick before he even steps on the field, assuming that everything's going to go wrong. Like, what happens if he stays healthy for 8 years? I don't know that he will, but what happens if he does?
That's true too.
I just want to know when the last time we drafted a first and a second rounder, they were automatic starters. It happens with many other teams in this league, and we haven't done it since I was born.
Well, you're good.
That is my.
I mean, if they trade Brandon Brooks and this kid can play, he's a fucking starter.
You're going to get
Brandon Brooks is on the trade block.
He's going to start.
I don't think we're trading Brandon Brooks. Who's going to take that contract?
Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz.
I don't want us to trade Brandon Brooks. I want to see if he can come back because we
now
we're
trading Brandon Brooks. I don't think anyone wants to trade Brandon Brooks, but it has been reported by a few people that he is on the trade block.
That's all I'm saying. Who's taking that contract?
I don't know.
Or are we going to be paying for that contract too?
Someone took the Wentz contract.
Like,
so
right.
Apparently that's out the window.
Yes. But we paid $34 million this year for it.
Exactly. Nick Bolton.
Yeah.
We're essentially paying the Colts for Carson Wentz to play for them.
Man, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Be happy after night one. And I think we're trying to lift up rocks a little bit too much. To find things to be negative about, which is totally fine. That's what we do here. I'm a big fan of that. But like, I agree with everything you're saying. But you're assuming that these guys come in and be starters, and this guy can't be, and we're almost drafting more for need than thinking, hey, like this is the first time that we should be thinking 2 years from now. This is the first time ever that we shouldn't be thinking about just next year. We have to think about building a football team again. And how do we go about that? And I don't know if it's a hit. If he's healthy, it's a hit.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing. Yeah. Okay? Huge thing. We know all about the tent in this city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's our best friend.
But we ran from guys, Ralphie. We've ran from injury-riddled guys in years past, and it's actually bit us. So the first time we don't run from it, and we say, you know what? This is our best player. We're taking him. We're going to bed, right? And then they do it, and then we're like, "Oh my God, he's been hurt all the time." Dude, look at all the guys. Though all these guys, tons of guys been traded. It's the National Football League. Injury rate's 100%.
Bill's back. Oh my God.
Oh, hi, Bill.
Bill's back.
Bill heard me.
Oh, Bill.
Bill, you're doing an if too. You're doing the same thing that we're doing. It's an what if. No one knows what's going to happen in his career.
No way of knowing.
But you guys are just saying that to justify the pick that we just took.
No, I'm just trying to be a voice of reason for 5 fucking seconds one time because I never.
He's a good player.
Why can't we ever draft a linebacker, a safety, or a corner? That's healthy. That's healthy.
I would have drafted Patrick Queen last year, so I don't know. I don't know.
You don't have any excuses for this pick.
I can tell you guys this is what they are.
This is all I hear. Excuses for this pick. That it's a good pick.
Oh, I want to rewind. When have I made an excuse for the pick? When? And name me the excuse I made. I need to know. I say a lot of things.
Because you're saying that that I'm playing the what if game when my what if is more valid because this dude has 4 knee injuries in 5 years in college.
Both what ifs are valid.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yes.
Hold on.
The 4 guys that I wanted didn't get injured, and they were projected to be in the first round.
That's the high risk part of it. But then you got to look at
it. Where's Sidney Jones now?
What's his talent? DK Metcalf was a high risk, high reward. How did he pan out?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's high risk, high reward. You're gonna lose some of these selections. You take a high risk, high reward pick. You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some. That's the nature of it. But it doesn't mean that you strike out every single time. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted DK Metcalf. I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Everyone wanted DK Metcalf. He was a medical red flag. So where's the consistency? So it's not a guarantee either way. Mm-hmm. I think that the injury concerns are valid, but if you look at the talent, man, you get it. Like I get it for that talent because if he's healthy, that's great. That's a great addition to the O-line. So, but
a lot of us were saying something different about Caleb Farley yesterday. If we would trade back up to get Farley, if he was,
I wasn't. So remember what I said on Wednesday night. I was a big Farley guy.
Bill,
yeah, that's what I just said.
Bill,
so I was willing to take the high risk, high reward pick on Farley. So I
never want to draft an injured person, a proven injured person. I don't want him.
I
want somebody to make an immediate impact.
DK. So you didn't want DK.
I mean,
DK
or JJ.
I rest.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside. There was a lot better players than just DK Metcalf on that board when we did draft JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Out of all the picks that Howie has
made, you're giving an anomaly right here.
But out of all the picks that Howie has made in the last 4 or 5 years, where he took offensive players, like you're saying, over a linebacker or a corner when we needed those positions, this is not the pick to get all up in arms about. This is not a JJ. This is not a no name. This is not a Davion Taylor, even though he's a linebacker. This is not one of those picks where Bill and other fans should be saying, "Whoa, you guys are justifying a terrible pick." We all know why they made this pick. It's because of the high upside talent. And then I'm glad that we didn't just look at Sidney Jones and say, okay, Sidney Jones didn't work out. We're never drafting another player with a medical history.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
Eagles have done that in the past, where they see a bad situation and they use that to judge other situations that have nothing to do with it.
The
they have immediate
fact that
needs right
Sidney
now.
Jones didn't pan out is not going to scare me from never taking another high risk, high reward guy. That's not going to scare me.
We act like a football team to win 4 games this year. That's what we're acting like. We're acting like, we had a lot of position to fill because we're not going to fill a football team this year. I don't know how we're going to put a roster out there to win 4 fucking games. Like, what are we talking about? It's not for this year. I know we want to see all these guys play, and we're like, oh my God, we got to see these guys play so we know what we got, and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm a fan too. But at the end of the day, we all know the year to compete is 2022. And anybody who thinks otherwise is being unfair to this organization, and I'm the most critical son of a bitch about this organization. The most critical one.
But they did this to themselves. It's not like just the Eagles organization.
Don't go revisionist history on me, Jimmy. Nobody's more critical of what this organization has done since 2017 than me. So the same guys that you're telling me are doing a terrible job are the same guys that ran my coach out of here that you told me couldn't coach. So you can't have it both ways. You can't hate the organization, hate all the coaches, and shift it back and forth. Right? I despise these 2 losers. Despise them. But I'm not going to use my agenda to say if a pick's good or not. I can't. It's unfair.
Jake.
Unfair.
It's a good fit. It's a really good fit.
So they've got Robert Anderson, Terrace Marshall, DJ Moore.
That is a hell of an offense.
That is a nice
Sam Darnold. They are helping Sam Darnold, man.
They really are. Disclaimer real quick. Tom. Jimmy, thank you for coming on here. Wound up a little bit here. I love it. I love it because neither one of us really know, and that's the great thing about it. And that's what makes draft night fun, and that makes arguments fun. Like Bill thinks he got all the fucking answers. The guy told me JJ would catch 16 touchdowns his rookie year.
I wasn't going that far.
Jesus.
It might come off like I got the answers. I don't have the answers either. All right, I don't. Like outside of the first round, you were in gamble mode. Like you really are.
What is that guy?
And in the first round, you're in gamble mode too. In reality.
Yeah, the first round is what a 50 out of all the picks, like 50% of the picks don't pan out in the first round.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So let's just hope that
you get your starters in the second, third, and fourth rounds. Like you saw the graphic. Yeah.
There's some weapons in Carolina right now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, man.
Mike Katie just put out a tweet talking about Dickerson, and they're asking him what they think he is. He just said he thinks he's an immediate starter, maybe possibly starting over Sam Owusu.
Yeah, left guard.
Yeah, he definitely can. Yeah.
Maybe they see that. Maybe that's what they see when they draft him. It's like obviously he could be the potential.
Y'all better
future center, but maybe now he starts over.
I just hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Bill Middlebrook better pray to God that he don't play 17 games.
I hope he plays 17 games because that'll benefit the Eagles organization. That'll benefit the Eagles organization. It's just the injuries. Just I can't do injuries.
You can book it right now. Week 17 crumbs, Jimmy. The halftime crumb of the day.
We could go 0-17. And he could be starting that 17th game, and I will be the personal crumb of the week. I don't care.
all the extra stuff aside, like I'd be the biggest asshole to do this if I didn't say injuries are concerning. Like I absolutely believe they're concerning. That's not the pick I would have taken.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's a top 25 talent, 30 talent, 32 talent, whatever you want to call them, if all things are equal. And that's all I just wanted to listen. I just want to continue to hope a little bit. We had such a good pick at 10, right? We all love Smith. I just don't want to become there's all year to be negative when we win 4 games, right? Like all year to be negative when we stink. Right now, I just want to have some optimism. Last year, we left the draft with zero optimism. Zilch. Confused. Looking around, who's going to be the quarterback next year? Let's just thank God that it wasn't Kyle Trask or some other ridiculous pick.
Until pick 70 comes.
Still
Until pick 70 comes.
Still a chance.
Right. We're 10 picks away, guys. We're 10 picks away.
There's another linebacker.
We have been blindsided in the past, and pick 70 is going to be a roller coaster.
Ralphie, look at Ralphie.
I'm sorry, Ralphie.
It's okay. It's okay.
Jimmy, I was saying that I think it was before you got on. You guys saw my face when we made the Dickerson pick. I wasn't happy about it. I'm still not happy about it, to be honest. So this is coming from somebody who's not going to stick up for the pick if I don't have to. My main thing is I'm going to wait another 10 picks, 9 picks now, and see what they do at 70. If they hit on something, because there's a lot of guys I like. There's some guys, like we were saying, that I would have taken at 37. If they hit on this pick and they get somebody that says, okay, bona fide starter right now, immediate impact guy, then I would feel better. And my question to you, Jimmy, is would you feel better? Say they, like, I don't know who of the players that are left. We didn't get a chance to ask you, but like, if a player you really want at 70 is taken by us, would you then feel better about 37 in Dickerson?
I would. If they were to draft an inside linebacker that can make an immediate impact or a cornerback, because I don't know if any of us can name a cornerback outside of Darius Slay and Avonte Maddox on this roster right now.
For the wrong reasons, I can only name them because they're bad. Yeah, I can only name them because they're bad.
For bad reasons,
because they're that bad.
Yes.
So if they were to draft an immediate person that could come in and fill in a spot in the cornerback position or the linebacker position, I would be happy. Or a rotating defensive lineman.
Let me ask you one more question. Right? Oh, hold on. Let me get to Kels. Appreciate you, Kels. 215. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you guys think Fulgham will fit into our plans, or is he out? Because of his money, he fits into our plans.
Yeah.
Fits into our plans. And because it's different than the other two wide receivers, I would say.
Yeah, big body wide receiver.
I mean, yeah,
wins 50-50 balls.
And it's time to cut J.J. Arcega-Whiteside this offseason. Fulgham can fill that
don't say that
role
to Bill.
that J.J. should have.
Don't say that to Bill, yeah.
Don't even say that to me right now, because go play. Like, no.
He sucks.
He's done. He's terrible, Tom. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's done.
Done. Of course he is. But he's under contract. So go play again. You never know when guys figure it the hell out. I'm not saying
you would rather him take snaps over Quez Watkins, John Hightower, or Travis Fulgham.
About Quez Watkins and fucking John Hightower.
Whoever showed more potential than J.J.
Arcega-Whiteside. Who am I taking snaps from? Randy fucking Moss. It's a Randy Moss, Jimmy. I'm taking snaps away from. Who am I taking snaps away from?
They have shown better potential than him, and they're younger.
He got one ball. Quez Watkins got one ball.
And it was way better than J.J.
He was hurt, Jimmy. He was hurt.
He got his only touchdown last year off a fumble.
John Hightower and Quez Watkins. Guess where they were?
JJ got his only touchdown last year from a fumble that landed in his arms in the end zone.
Right place,
against Baltimore.
Touchdown on the scoreboard. That's all I care about.
It was 80 yards to the house, and then he just picked it up for a touchdown and got all the credit. And he's doing his little dance. Please.
When he danced, I couldn't.
JJ stinks. But you're missing my point. He's a second-round pick. There's nothing to lose this year.
Yeah.
Get him snaps like you haven't gotten him the first 2 years because they haven't put him on the field. That's the biggest thing. You
can't run around.
Or
that's
the
why he
coach
hasn't been on the field.
The coach just uses one of his philosophies of competition at every position and let the guys compete.
Yep.
If JJ earns a spot over Quez and Hightower, then he plays. If he doesn't, whomever. If he doesn't earn the spot, then he gets cut.
Completely agree, Chuck, because it's a completely new coaching staff. He has a clean slate to prove himself. He can go earn a spot on the team. Him being a second-round pick, but if he shows up in training camp and stinks it up like he normally does, being a second-round pick does not earn him snaps. I'd rather see Fulgham. Obviously, Devontae Smith and Rager are going to be getting a ton of snaps. I'd rather see Fulgham as the third receiver. I don't think they're going to run 4 receivers if they have Goddard, and maybe they still have Zach Ertz, but I don't think they're running 4 at a time. So I want to see definitely Fulgham and maybe even Quez Watkins over him.
But okay, you're talking about what you want, but when we go into training camp, if something happens and he plays better than Watkins and Hightower do, then why wouldn't he earn the spot?
I mean,
we're talking about the 5th wide receiver on the team, guys.
You're right.
5th wide receiver. Because we're talking about Greg Ward's going to make the team. So
we forgot about Greg Ward too. So.
Tom. With that logic, with the logic of saying you play JJ because he's the second rounder, would you rather have Mulata start at left tackle, or would you rather have Andre Dillard starting at left tackle?
It's got to be Dillard.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Dillard is the number one guy.
Who's Jordan Mailata? Can we stop? Can we? It's a left.
Yeah, I agree, Tommy.
It's a left tackle position, and the National Football. You don't get them guys in the 7th round who play rugby overseas. Them guys are first, second round picks. Can we stop it with the fake love in the city? Jesus Christ, I can't.
He has shown a lot more than the soft Andre Dillard. He has shown a lot more than the soft ass Andre Dillard.
I'm not
We're going to see that.
Tell him to go cry in the locker room.
Ralph, you gonna take that route?
I'm not doing this.
Ralph, you gonna take that
I'm
route?
not doing this.
How can you defend Andre Dillard?
Oh my God! Everyone's been to Burger King. Everyone's handing out crowns.
You misinterpret needing to play what I have in defending. You misinterpreting it. I will not defend Andre Dillard. I will not defend J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
You play the best players that you have.
Hold on. I don't even.
It doesn't matter where they were drafted.
Have you not listened to me talk Eagles? I always
talk to you. I always listen to you.
So I got nothing left to smoke. I'm smoked out. There's no tree left to put in the joint. We're smoked out over here. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to say I need to see these guys. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I love the argument, but don't misinterpret that. I just want to see. With a new coaching staff, like Chuck said, can I see? Because you told me all the problems were Doug, Jimmy. That's what you told me the other night on the show. So now the Super Bowl coach is gone. Mr. Can't X and O, can't scheme's gone. So the greatest scheme in the world, Bill Walsh, is in town now. So let's see.
Jimmy, can I play one thing for you real quick on the Dillard? It's real quick.
Oh.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endless that you fear.
Hey, that's my boy.
That is our left tackle. Now, are you bought in now? Are you bought in?
What did I just watch? Gets me every time.
What did I just watch?
Oh my God.
That is my boy.
I got you guys. Can we do one more?
It was the ice skating for me.
I'm not going
What did I just watch?
I'm not going to let this run the whole time. But everybody out there, you need to like and to subscribe for this one.
Hey.
So I don't know how old Cass was when we watched this, but this is.
I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying.
Javonte Smith. Let's go back to some great times like last night for a minute. I've been hot under the collar. I think I blacked out 3 times. So I don't want to do that. So I want to circle back to some happiness for a minute because Jimmy's got me triggered like a son. Let's circle back to when I asked Cass who he wanted at 12, and he can't talk, but this is the best we're gonna get.
Taking at 12, Cass.
Jones goes to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! Javonte Smith, touchdown, Alabama! Holy cow!
I think it's my son.
Okay, this is jaw-dropping. Yeah, you don't even know what to say sometimes. Rush 5. Jones behind the defense again. Javonte Smith. Nobody can cover him. They've tried a couple of different defenders. To no avail. That time behind London Craft for an Alabama touchdown. Design roll to the right on 1st and goal, and he throws to the pylon, and it is caught for another touchdown by Javonte Smith.
That's all he does is catch touchdowns.
Javonte Smith is going to push the route into the end zone, and he's expecting the football right at the front pylon.
I'm trying to get hit with copyright anymore.
Locked in. Locked in.
Oh, the copyright coming on YouTube there. The longer that went on. I was like, oh, shut this down.
It's so beautiful.
Love it.
Right,
I don't even think he blinked.
It's
Right, are you okay?
destiny. It's destiny. We talked about this, Tom. That's why Caps tapes are real. It's real.
Gas States was a fun little
Pass
thing.
pick the players.
What do you mean?
I'd
What do
be
you mean?
down with
Was?
that.
Is it gone now?
No. I mean, no. I mean, we're just getting started, honestly.
Okay.
I got to throw him in front of a TV as many times as possible. I don't know. I don't know if Chuck Steele did the same thing with Gray, but like Cass could be crying, and it's like, and there's sports on, and I just go like put him, 10 feet, 5 feet in front of the TV and hold him. He's like,
Yes, absolutely. Ask Mary. Ask Mary. Every time Sixers game, back when football was on, whenever a football game comes on, plop them right in front. It'd be like,
whenever they put the TV there, kids will be mystified by it. It's pretty wild.
By the way,
is this the Chiefs' first pick?
No, second.
Second.
Probably
Did
line.
Did they take Nick Bolton?
Yes, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Bolton.
Oh, wow.
Ralphie fell over.
Yeah.
They'll probably go O-line here, though.
Probably.
It looks like
by the way,
it looks like
maybe
the
like Creed
Sixers
Humphrey or
won-
somebody like
won
that.
tonight against the Hawks, so that's good.
Yeah, 126, 104. So another
Dwight
dominant.
Howard put up more points and rebounds than Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Good call,
Oh.
Pete.
Good
Start
call,
him.
Pete.
Start him at center.
Hey, what, Humphrey?
Ben Simmons actually hit 18 for once. Wow.
That's a great pick.
It's coming back.
nice.
Oh, I actually
Creed
like that.
Humphrey.
I actually like Creed
I
Humphrey.
like that.
Yeah.
Which wrestler is
Humphrey's
big.
nice.
Yeah.
Humphrey's good, man.
Means you can get low. You know what I mean? Like if you're an
He's a
accomplished
moose.
wrestler,
Holy
if you're an
shit,
accomplished
look at
wrestler
him.
like he is,
Tough. Who are you taking at 70?
Who would I
Look at
want
the
at
dog.
70?
Yeah, see the
Who's the
dog?
guy?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Either Cisco, Melifonwu, or probably Aaron Robinson. I'd probably even
Dog?
consider too.
The dog?
Yeah, if you can get Robinson or Melifonwu,
He's
at
all like
70,
spread wide
he's
open.
nice.
we would draft that dog. Whoever's holding the dog, I want whoever's holding the dog next. That guy looks like he's got great. Or a woman. I might have been a woman. That's fine too. We're 2021.
So, I mean, we're at, 64?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, you got Ronnie Perkins, you got Cox, Jabril Cox, Molden, Cisco, Chad Surratt,
That is my guy.
Aaron Robinson
Please.
too.
Melifonwu.
Melifonwu, that's my
Mosley
guy.
or Cox, Pete? Who would you rather have, Mosley or Cox?
Cox.
Cox.
Yeah.
God.
Melifonwu.
I mean, yeah, Melifonwu won, but
That wasn't an option. The other
Wasn't
Pete.
an option.
Cox or Moses. That
Moses.
Cox.
Moses.
there can only be one renegade Pete on this show. That's me.
I'm gonna say Moses just to drive Jimmy crazy with 3 Alabama guys.
More injury for everybody.
Oh yeah, he's got injury history. He has injury history.
There you go.
I
I
swear
feel
to
like
God.
the
First
Eagles.
round talent, right? He's a 5-star recruit, probably first round talent, if not middle second round, without the injuries. He's the same.
But it-
Look at the dog.
It's always a what if or
Draft
without the
11
injury.
Alabama
That's what
players.
gets
I'm
to
good
me.
to go.
If he's still there, Ronnie Perkins, I think, is a very Eagles pick. I mean, they love defensive ends, so
God.
From where? From
I
where?
wouldn't.
from Oklahoma.
Now, Tom, you may not like that. He's a Big 12 defensive end because, the Big 12, how they do with
Yeah.
defense.
They don't play it.
Did he have in
Yeah,
a
they
Big
play
12?
defense.
That's my question.
Yeah.
They're at double digits every year.
Yeah.
They throw 50 times a game. I mean, I need you to walk into 10.
He is the third best ranked defensive end, though. as
Yeah,
far
he is.
That's cute. How many sacks did
Based
he
on
have?
who?
Well,
How many
He's good.
sacks?
yes. Yes.
Stand by.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
You could sell me right now. You know what I mean? They could be looking to be sold. But anybody besides Jimmy.
No way.
Everybody else is
He had 5 sacks last year in 2020.
Eh,
And the Big 12, though, like you said, they throw it a ton and they throw
Yeah.
it quick.
Well,
So-
don't look at sacks. You gotta know what his pressure numbers were, not sacks.
No, I need sacks in college.
I bid you adieu for like a minute. I'll be right back.
In the pros, I agree with you. In the pros,
Into the 7th.
the pros, I agree, Chucks. But in college, I need them numbers to show up too. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about pressures being important. College, give me like 8 sacks and a ton of pressures, and then I feel better about you. Just be close to double digits, because at least I know you're getting home enough. But I don't know who else he played with. I don't know if he was getting doubled. I gotta
Exactly. Yeah. I hear you though. There's like a threshold you gotta have in terms of numbers. Like if you're below a certain threshold, it's like, all right, you have to have at least a little bit.
Dude, no one look at the chat. That's all I'm saying.
Now I got to look at the
Why?
chat.
Now you're gonna
You just made us look at the chat.
I'm sorry.
damn it, Ryan.
It's like, don't look down.
Don't touch that toy, Tom. Oh.
Don't
really
look
want
at
to
the
touch that
sun.
toy.
That shiny red button.
Don't look at the sun. I look at the sun. You know what I'm saying? It's
Why not?
Yeah,
Don't hit it in the water. I hit it in the water.
They don't gotta tell you that, Greg.
So
hit it in the fairway. I'm gonna hit it in the rough.
Yes.
5.5 sacks, 6 sacks, and 5 sacks. So he's averaged 5 sacks over the last 3 seasons.
Consistently average.
Consistent.
Yep.
Consistently average.
Another thing we love in this town.
Oh, would you?
Oh my God!
Someone's a
Time to
party
break out the world's
pooper.
smallest
It's like
violin.
Ben Simmons.
I've never seen this side of Jimmy before.
Consistently average.
We usually agree on so many
Yeah.
things. Since we started doing
Connor, you go sit in the corner. You go sit in the corner.
shows together,
No, this is all like.
and now we disagree about everything.
It's just this past Eagles season really just put a toll on me. It turned me into Mr. Negativity when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, and it just rubs off on like every show that I have to do. It's just
Group up.
it's just I'm
right. We've all
still
been there.
traumatized from the
We've all
Carson
been there.
stuff. It's just hard to feel happy.
just be
Like
shitting on Kelly
it was
making the
it was
pick.
nice to feel happy yesterday.
Eagles
Where's
fan.
Megan Fox? At least bring Megan Fox out
Turn off
with
those
you.
emotions.
Eagles next pick right here.
Don, I disagree with you. Jimmy's not the new Tory. He didn't plug his Twitter.
True. He's not an influencer either. Influencer.
I don't even know how to use Twitter. I just know how to retweet and like.
Oh,
videos.
there you go.
Literally all you have to do.
I'm like the oldest 21-year-old ever.
Wow.
You're an old soul, Jimmy.
If my 95-year-old grandfather can figure out Twitter, you got to be able to figure out Twitter.
No.
No.
Jimmy, you're not missing
Yes.
much, brother.
Yeah, you're really not missing
I'm
anything.
envious of you, Jimmy. I'm envious.
Eagles did announce that Smith is wearing 6. I don't know if anyone else saw that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
He's gonna wear
plus
6.
1
Did
equals
he actually
7.
make a pick?
That's awesome. No, I don't think he made the pick. Did he?
What did he
Still
do?
can't beat Eminem in the rap battle though. So
But there was no Megan Fox. Like, come on, man. No one cares about you. We all care about Megan
Now,
Fox.
see, listen, Greg, real quick. Do you think I'm weird because I find her little half a thumb weird? Like that's a turn off.
That
Yeah,
little.
you're weird.
I just
Bro,
want to let you guys
Feet
know.
and thumbs, who cares?
In 2010, my two
You
favorite
gotta
things.
wrap around something, man. You gotta,
In
Yeah,
2010,
I'm not too concerned about like thumbs.
Yeah, I don't ever just look at someone's thumb and be like, that's sexy.
Wait, what's up with his thumb? I didn't know what's going on with the thumb. I don't know what that.
she has like a messed up thumb, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see what the selection is. We'll talk about this after.
Yeah, I was gonna. I almost want to.
I want to go back to the subject, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I almost want to ask like what happened, but I might not want to know. So I'm gonna shut
No,
up.
it's a no.
I
it's
mean,
not a big
everyone
deal.
has their weird thing they're turned on by, I assume.
yo, Pete, listen. The worst thing for me is feet. That's
Really?
Yeah, he's the weirdest.
you size 8 or smaller. Anything over a size 8, I'm out. I'm tapping out.
I'm good. Like, any woman who'd be like, you know what, let's go out. I'm good. Let's go.
So you just
Like, seriously, like, what the fuck am I to judge? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not popular.
This is taking a
I
bad
could be
turn.
throwing shit at other people.
This is taking a bad.
What is
turn.
going on?
Greg, how do you feel about Pete's stance, his criteria, his qualifications? If they say yes, he's in.
Oh, there goes my pick for the Eagles. Damn it.
Wow.
Did they take trash?
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
Kellen Mond.
Trask.
Kellen Mond.
Kellen's
Here we
still
go.
there, Jimmy.
Kellen's still there. Yep.
Kellen Mond's still there.
Jimmy, see,
Tom
They just
Brady's
comped
a
him to
little
Nick
angry.
Foles. Now I'm out. Now I'm out on Kyle Trask.
Took Nick-
They just comped him to Nick
Yeah.
Foles. It means he's
If
going to suck.
I'm Tom Brady, I'm demanding a trade right now. This is ridiculous.
What do you mean you drafted the quarterback? I'm going to play another 12 years.
Yeah, this is
Good.
ridiculous.
This is going to be
Damn,
so
he's got enough
bad.
weapons.
Just to spite everyone.
Because once Brady retires, they're done. They have but outside of those two linebackers,
Jake, they
what
stole
young
my
talent do they
quarterback.
have? Like what talent do they have besides the free agency?
They brought back their whole team that just won a Super
No,
Bowl.
I'm saying when
They
Tom
brought
Brady's
everyone
retired.
back. That whole
When
team
Tom
is
Brady's done.
stacked.
Godwin's
Yeah,
not.
but I'm saying you just gave Kyle Trask proven as good or bad as you think he is. With talent, he can actually play quarterback.
Yes,
The
but
one
I'm saying,
thing they
but I'm
have
saying,
right now is talent.
Yeah, but he's not going to be playing because Tom Brady's there, and he's probably going to be there for the next 3 or 4 years. I'm
Well,
saying
all their
by the
guys
time
are
he
signed.
plays, but by the time he plays, how long are they signed for? 1-2 year deals? I'm just saying.
Some of them, maybe. Yeah, of course, some of them, yeah. But Bruce Arians is a really good quarterbacks guy. He's gotten the most out of all of his quarterbacks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he
and
made
that team is proven
as bad as he was. He made Jameis throw 40 touchdowns.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Also threw 40 picks.
Yeah,
but
he forced Jameis. He's like, Jameis, you got to throw these touchdowns.
I think this is a great pick. I mean,
and Jameis is like, that's nice. I'm also going to throw some picks.
It's a great pick. Let him learn behind Tom a little bit. That's going to be the end all be all. But he's shown he's at he has talent. So you know they got nothing to lose. They got all their starters back. They're so it's a fine pick. And Greg's right. He gets some.
Tom's gonna be like, you're not carrying my stuff. You're carrying Kronk's stuff.
God, we're getting really close.
That was quick.
Jacksonville didn't wait much.
No, they didn't.
Get nervous here.
Syracuse corner.
Napper just went the second hard. Well done.
Oh wow.
Shit. Sorry, Chucks. Sorry, Chucks.
Chucks just went soft.
When you
oh God, I got scared. I thought it was Melfonwu. I got real scared.
You guys, at the college level, like Urban Meyer has, I think that just in the recruiting game and knowing a lot of these kids, just from probably recruiting a bunch of them at different times, there's like the Chip Kelly days. I think it tends to you drafting better early on, right? Because you've already like met these kids when they were 17, right? So now you're like again and you're seeing how they got better at the next level and how they've grown. And I think it makes it easier on you a little bit. Not saying he's making the picks. I'm just saying that he's obviously a part of it. And I think it does help early on with college coaches. Now,
Tommy, you're – no, go ahead.
I said that's it. That's it.
No, I was going to say Joel Klatt actually said that on NFL Network before it started. He was touching on that, how it's interesting to see the dynamic because – a lot of these kids, it's not like Urban Meyer was so far out of college. You're right. He's only been out 2 years. So a lot of these kids, he was odds on recruiting.
Yeah.
And so it dives right into exactly what you were just stating.
Yeah. Cisco can play. I know Chuck's is high on him. I mean, he can
play.
Wait. Who? Cisco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can play. So, I mean, that's a great pick for Jacksonville.
They're loaded. I think they have a very nice defense. It's all going to depend on what some of their offensive pieces do. Obviously, Lawrence is a stud.
Well, listen, when you get into the book a month early, it's a win. And I think that's the advantage of going one a lot of times when teams know who's going one and they know you're taking you one and there's nobody else to, there's no conversation.
Game plan.
Like they talked about, they got the game plan in his hands like a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
So he's had a little bit of a head start.
I never thought about it like that. That's actually a really good point.
A lot of teams don't know who they're taking at one. Like you might assume and you think, and some teams don't know until the week of, if not the night of. It just depends. Every year is different. But this year, do you think the Jets and Zach Wilson did something similar, or did they wait closer till they knew who they were picking? They did something similar. As soon as Darnold was traded, I think they did that. I don't think that they had the month advance in it because the Jets were trying to throw a little curveball a little bit at San Fran a tiny bit. Like we talked about on last night's show in the simulator, I think they tried to curveball him a little bit with the Zach Wilson because Darnold was in their media guide the week of. Not saying that's the end all be all, but there was people saying that. Does that mean they're keeping Sam? We knew they weren't.
We are what 1, 2,
4
3,
picks.
5.
Getting anxious now.
How come everybody in the chat is so far ahead of us? Are they
I turned the chat off.
Everyone's TV is just at different points. It's just usually how it is.
Well, I think the chat's checking Twitter.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, Schefter's announced.
Yeah, there's a sports update thing that they usually get the picks like a minute early or whatever.
Because I just if what I see in the chat is true, that's
I
tough.
turned my chat off.
Jimmy,
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not gonna say
Oh, well,
nothing.
now I have to look.
How do you turn off the chat?
I don't know if you have the option. I'm an ad, a couple of us are admins, so I just go to a separate window.
No, you can do the same thing. You just go to private.
Just go to
private chat. See where it says private chat?
Okay.
It's Cowan Mon, so just so everybody knows.
No, it's not. Is it?
Wow, Tom, what a spoiler. I wasn't going to say it.
We don't care about the Vikings. We care
I
about.
want to Kellen Mond.
I'm happy about
disappointed.
Tom, I'm happy about that because it doesn't give us a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's next.
Or Greg.
It's like, damn, who's the next quarterback?
Not quarterback.
So
quarterback.
Davis Mills?
Davis
yeah,
Mills.
Yeah, Davis Mills. Yeah.
Jake. Now he's like, fuck, my board's fucked.
Yeah, he's like, damn it.
He's going to
What
trade back.
am I going to do without
He's going to trade back. He's going to
He's
trade
like,
out.
oh wait, I have scouts. Do your thing. Do your thing.
I'm telling you guys, the more we're getting close here, when we talk about those 4 or 5 guys that we would like at 70, they're sitting right here.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Since they value 12 personnel so well, or so much,
I don't think anymore.
and
No, not anymore.
does that the Zach Ertz issue? Do you think we go tight end in the second round?
No.
No.
Or third round. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think they touch tight
There's
end.
no- there's no one there.
I could see it. Yeah.
There's not that many good tight ends in this draft. All Frymouth and Pitts are gone. Like the rest of them are just plugged, like
Yeah, they're okay.
standard dudes.
A lot
There
of
we go.
them block
Sam
the
Ellinger. Let's get him.
Felipe Franks.
By the way,
That's a nice
Philly's got bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They have a chance to really break this game up.
Who's hitting?
I'm not sure. Roman Quinn just threw a walk, so I'm about to see who's coming up. But
How many outs?
2 outs.
Chris Sims just blew somebody.
Yeah, right.
Chris.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was his number 3 quarterback, number 2 quarterback.
I think he's number 2 or 3. Yeah.
I think 4.
Remember, Justin Fields was going 32 in his mock. That's why I still remember me and Chuck's argument about Chris Sims.
I still feel the same. I respect Chris Sims. I just don't agree with his takes outside of a quarterback.
I respect you. I just don't respect his stuff at times. Like that. The last draft he put out was bonkers. Like, come on, Justin Fields at 32. Like, I'm not saying Justin Fields guy, but
Yeah.
That was a horrible mock. That was a
We
horrible
got
mock.
Andrew McCutcheon up at bat with the bases loaded, so I'm not saying.
Here comes an out.
Yeah,
We know how this ends.
Yep.
Grand Slam. Let's go.
Vaughn has a chance to be able to play at the next level, so we'll see.
And he's going to end in a
Developmental
couple years. Yeah, he can be mentored now.
Yeah.
Now I have to switch.
So who are your guys? Who are you looking at? So because I made a list because I am notes. I take notes. I'm looking at Melifanu, like we said. I'm also considering Aaron Robinson, the other corner.
Did the Eagles trade back?
No, they did not.
They just jumped back
They just
in the
jumped
listing.
back.
They might
Yeah.
have. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
That's true.
Now we're 7 picks away.
Maybe
Yeah.
they picked up another 3rd or
They
4th.
might have picked up another
That would be great if they picked up a 3rd.
They wanted freaking Kellen Mond. They traded back.
They traded back to Carolina.
All along. Don't make me right all along.
They don't know what to do. They're scrambling now.
They're like the
I'm telling
Giants taking Kadarius Toney.
But when they traded with the Texans, remember the Texans just had their first pick. Like they're just now picking.
Yeah, the Texans didn't have a 1st or a 2nd.
So I mean, they're trying to get
What
back.
They're going to go tight end now.
What the hell are they doing this stuff? So, like, now the late assets. Like, I hate the fucking late assets. Right? If you didn't get another third or fourth, I'm okay with. But anything like later than that, like, what are you doing? Just stay where you're at.
What do you got, Ralphie?
Punch yourself.
I'm looking.
I'm hoping it's just a graphic error.
No, 70
No,
to
they
70.
traded back. They traded back with
So what pick do we have now?
I don't know. 73. I don't know what they got back in return.
You got to get a 4th round.
Cuts just struck out.
Yep, typical.
Not shocking.
Kayvon,
I'm
who's
trying to.
Can we trade it back?
Thank you, Kayvon, for the super chat, brother. We can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Kayvon.
Yeah.
Picked up 191.
A 6th round pick. Yeah, we
See,
picked up 191.
Now I get upset. Now I become upset.
Like what's the thought process?
3
with
strikes
that?
and you're out.
We'll see. We'll
Like,
see if
can
the
you
guys
just
fall.
explain that to me?
Let's see this fall.
Let's just see what. Yeah, we got to see who's
Yeah,
there.
Let's see who falls.
I'm not a big
Because-
believer in like 6th round picks. Like I don't. You can get rid of all your 6th and 7th round picks. In my eyes.
Yeah, I'm not either. Like it's
Nothing you can ever hit.
That's not a strike.
to me, give me as many 1 through 4s as you can give me in a draft. And
I agree. I agree,
Bill.
Tommy.
Hey, Bill. JJ Arthega-Whiteside. Thank you. Have a good night. I don't even have to say anything anymore. I'm just going to say the name.
JJ.
Bill, just admit you were wrong.
Just go to bed, man. Like
Jesus
you just keep harping on the same nonsense. Like, come on, brother. Like,
That's hilarious, Bill.
Yeah, this is fine. Like trade him back.
build a bridge and get over it.
And Paulson and
We're from
Debo too.
Philly. We can't do that.
Robert
We got to
Rochelle,
start
maybe.
somewhere.
I like the optimism here, Nathaniel. Thank you. You know, I mean, the people out there that want to have a little positivity tonight, which we haven't had a lot of in this city recently. And hold on.
What?
Oh.
What is going on?
What?
What is going on?
Davis. Okay.
What?
They are really panicking.
Deshaun's out. Deshaun's on the board. Howie's
We're reaching for Ellinger here in the on 73.
Howie is trading for Deshaun Watson.
Sorry, if Davis Mills played this year, which he didn't, but if he did, he's another first, second round pick guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it's an if again, but that's where there is a talent there. I don't give a shit about these quarterbacks right now, but there is a talent, a little bit of talent there.
We may be talking a different tune in 12 months, Tom. That's maybe all we care about.
Us.
Oh yeah.
Do we go after Deshaun Watson
right now?
If he has that sexual assault stuff cleared up, then
I don't give a fuck. Does 191 get you Deshaun?
How about Landon Dickerson and 191?
And a massage. I'm not laughing
With or
I'm not
without
laughing
the happy
about what
ending?
he did. Let me confirm it's 2021. I'm not laughing at anything he did, but until stuff's proven one way or the other, we can giggle.
True.
You gotta clarify. People get real emotional in the chat if you say the wrong thing. So 2021, you gotta I'm not telling you to get handsy with a massage in a massage, in a massage chair. If you want to, that's on you. But I want to suggest.
So all we did was move back and got a 6, huh? That's nice.
Round the pond.
That's a punter.
Round the pond too.
Yeah, that's a punter in the 6th round.
Oh, I think we need one, don't we?
We do need one. We let Cam Johnson go.
That's why they did it.
Picks the Marrier. We're punters and kickers.
I mean, we kind of do need a kicker too because
Jake sucks.
Jake the Snake sucks.
Oh, he sucks. We're paying him $140 million.
He's here until next year because of his cap hit. Because the
Making more
genius
money
had
than
to.
Speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say the genius had to sign him for 4 years.
Feels like he's making as much as Mahomes.
It's like he's got
still money.
Making the Falcons.
Oh, get out of my friggin' head! Damn it! Damn! I thought it was the only one. I thought I was gonna come hot with that.
Jalen Mayfield forklift defenders.
Is that Ben Simmons money?
His traits is forklifts defenders. What does that even mean?
I just saw that too. He's a forklift.
70.
Jalen Mayfield.
Beep,
I thought
beep, beep, beep.
I thought
that was when he's in his back pedal, he's beeping.
He looked like Rashawn Slater a little bit.
All right, QBs and tackle. So things we're not going for off the board. So
that you know of.
Maybe.
I say
we know the draft board is a little wacky after 37.
Tom, we have been here before. We have been here before, Tom.
What do you guys think? Kicker? Punter?
What are you guys doing? No, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to trigger anybody.
Jimmy's like I had
it's
enough.
a little late for that there, Jimmy.
Jimmy woke up and chose violence this morning.
Rob, we're like an hour past that.
I'm just saying, all these quarterbacks that are going right now.
I wouldn't mind Kellen Mond in the 4th round, though.
Pete, Pete, are we going to you now, Pete?
No, I'm just the reason I said it's because the high ass upside. That's all. I mean, that's it. I mean, if he hits his ceiling is higher than Jalen Hurts'. I'm just saying that's the God's honest truth.
His ceiling is Colin Kaepernick to me.
Is that not better than Jalen Hurts?
I don't know what Jalen Hurts' ceiling is, to be honest.
It could be. You're not wrong. It could be.
Okay.
The reason they took Dickerson from Alabama, they said they didn't think he'd be there.
Oh, okay.
They didn't think he'd be there.
That's why they went against the defense. Went up. Obviously, I didn't hire on their board.
Bengals went Osai.
That's a good pick.
Again, not saying that's the right decision. Just saying what their
Right.
their
thought process.
Oh, I swear to God, if Howie trades back again to like 78, I'm gonna lose my mind.
But if he does it though, if he does it and gets another 4 for a third, I'm okay with that. Because the way this board is shaking out, you're still Paulson Adebo may still be there. Melifanu may still be there. You know
I'm looking at Robert Rochelle too. I mean, you're talking about the athletic. He's got all athletic ability in the world. He's got to work on his technique. That's why he's like a day 3 guy. But I might want Rochelle at this point more than Melifanu, but I don't know. I think the upside of Rochelle is higher than Melifanu.
I'll ask you, Chuck, because honestly, I don't know the answer to this question, so I'll ask you. Is he a project-ish pick? Not that any mid-round pick isn't, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't say he's a project. He knows how to play.
Okay.
He just needs correction with some technique stuff.
The Giants just traded back too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, they traded up. They traded up.
They traded up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
They dropped him before.
Payback.
Ellinger. They know Daniel Jones stinks. It's Ellinger.
Ellinger season.
I would actually give him credit. I would actually give him a lot of credit.
Mr. Troy Vincent.
I swear to God, if we draft another offensive player, I'm done.
We'll miss you.
I'm just.
You want me to dig the grave, or like you want someone else to do it?
Nico Collins.
I'm gonna start buying more Colts gear.
Maybe
another wide receiver.
What would you guys do if it's Michael Carter?
Or Ramondre Stevenson?
Greg,
no running backs. No running backs here.
Rookie of the year, Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Greg.
Well, see, now I don't want him now. See, I was like, now I can't have him because
that's exactly who I thought of
baby.
when I first saw him. I was like, Michael Carter
Williams.
Yeah.
And his teammate was Javonte Williams.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You guys see that? You guys see the video?
Oh my God, what the frig is going on here?
It's in like the A2D Real Talk group, but it's Landon Dickerson doing cartwheels at I guess Mac Jones's pro day, maybe.
He's going to show it on your screen, Jake.
I literally sent it to Rye earlier.
I was going to put it on the screen, but I didn't want to risk it getting hit.
Roman Quinn and Odubel just ran into each other.
Jesus.
Quinn's paralyzed.
Who's playing which position?
He's possibly paralyzed.
Playing right.
Quinn was in center. Herrera's in right.
All right, here we go.
Or maybe it was the opposite. Sorry.
Opposite. I think so.
Man, doable. He's going places.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Odubel's in center.
Oh my gosh.
Is that how we? Never mind.
Looks like
knee looks pretty good.
Looks like bad knees and ankles there.
Was that the fourth time he hurt his knee? After that, like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, I did see a picture of him doing a bench press with 645 plates, 3 on each side, in overalls with nothing underneath of it.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
This motherfucker's wearing overalls.
Overalls.
Oh, I'm in.
He can play. Yep, he'll be talking at a parade one day. He's the next Kelsey.
Yeah.
Roman Quinn seriously injured on this play. This is incredible. This dude is made of glass.
You may have swayed me, Pete.
Wait, is he actually hurt?
They had the trainers out talking to him.
Oh my God.
I thought is he still laying down though?
No, he's not into it. He can't put any weight on his ankle. It looks like.
Oh jeez.
Moniac's back.
Moniac's back. That
they just brought him in for Joyce.
Oh, there you go. Odubel.
Damn you, Odubel. You're not good for anything.
Thank you, Odubel. Get him out of here. Get Quinn out of here. And you're running into a tank and a Double. I mean, it's like, that dude's legs.
He grew his set. He stayed in the game.
Guys, hide the chat. Hide the chat just in case there's any spoilers.
I'm not even
way ahead of you.
I would never spoil the Eagles pick, even if I saw it. So I wait till they announce it.
Somebody just said pick is in for the Eagles, but our pick's 2 picks away, so I don't know what that.
I mean, probably in Cleveland, they probably already announced it. But
Yeah, I was gonna say because they're in commercial delay, so they're probably gonna be.
Well, Evan
rapid fire.
Evan spoiled the 2nd round pick for me.
Oh, I know he did.
I think Pete, me and you knew the Hurts pick last year.
Yeah, you guys did.
It was like
I
what, like
knew
5
it
minutes before?
5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
That's this instant shame and fear and.
Greg, your reaction before the reaction?
Yeah, he was laughing.
It was like 7 minutes
hysterically
before.
laughing.
It was freaking priceless because you looked at your phone and then you jolted like you didn't want to see it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I didn't.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Pete opted out like it was a COVID year.
Yeah.
he went dark on it. He was like, where did he
He's
go?
like, nope.
That man go.
Here we go with the Giants.
Okay.
Quarterback.
This is probably not a linebacker then if Ralphie
Aaron
said
Robinson. Okay. So he's gone.
Who is it?
Aaron
Robinson.
Okay.
Oh, 2 more. Come on now.
I think they said he was a slot. Like he was really good.
He
in the
plays
slot.
both. He can play both. But yeah, I think he would be better in the slot because he's like very twitchy.
Good size for a slot guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Alvarado's getting wild.
That's a good pick for them.
Well, yeah, because they got Bradbury and then
Jackson.
They signed
Dory
Jackson.
Dory
Yeah,
Jackson.
yeah.
Yeah.
They are locked up on the cornerback position.
They got Landon Collins back there.
Yep. Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's okay.
Oh.
We
And their
got
linebackers.
we got
Landon
Devontae
Collins is in
Smith,
Washington.
Jalen Rieger.
Is Landon Collins? That's right. He did go to Washington.
What's in Washington?
He's in Washington.
But it's all right. So Jabril Peppers.
Why
my
didn't I
bad.
pick up on that? Yeah, I totally.
Logan
just
Ryan
blacked
is
out
who
on
I think you're thinking of.
Pick is in for the
that. Logan
line.
Ryan. Yeah.
We are
TJ Lang.
Okay, Don. Here we go.
We're on the clock.
No, it's not
Donnie
Lang.
Don.
We are on the clock.
Don, get some glass out. Eat some kneecaps.
Give me one of the corners. Come on, give me one of the corners.
Whoa, what?
Who's that?
I got the clicks.
Yeah, who is it?
That's not I.
Pete.
Yeah, my little static. I can't help it. It comes and it goes.
Aleem.
Does he go after
Right.
kneecaps?
Neil.
Please,
When you guys
Jabril
think
Cox.
Pete, you think it's me?
If it's a linebacker or a cornerback, I'm gonna be really happy.
Please.
Melifano, I'm gonna
It
be really
depends on the
happy.
linebacker or quarterback. Cornerback.
Jabril Cox.
It's so
I'll take
funny. Like
Please,
when
Jabril
you
Cox.
watch highlights in some of these guys, and like you're watching this guy from NC State wearing 29, and he's just an absolute moose. Like it's like, dude, that number just doesn't fit you.
No.
Oh, and he plays
Or
baseball.
it's like, or it's like the guys that wear single digits, like the
And he
big
plays
mooses in the
baseball.
middle. It's
Oh,
where like
shit.
one.
You
Dude,
see
that
that,
was
Greg?
a seed. Yeah,
Can he play center field?
we'll put him out there.
He's a 3-time all-conference outfielder.
Pick is in.
No chance.
Here we go. Here we go.
He
Here
hits
we go.
bombs.
Elijah Molden.
Yeah.
Give me Jabril Cox.
Put Bryce in center field and put him in right.
Please give me Melifano.
Put him at first.
Please give me Melifano. Please.
Melifano,
Three
Cox.
Fonru or Rochelle?
We don't like.
Greg, can you look at your little cheat sheet and how many now that we have four 6-round picks and see how many it would take to get back in the fourth or third round?
That's a great question, Pete.
6th round picks are valued at like 1 point, so it's not.
Yeah, I
really much.
figured.
Well, okay.
How about Zach?
This, I'm just I'm bracing for the worst. If round two,
Oh, there's
any-
Trotter.
There we go.
Go be a linebacker.
It won't be.
Come on, come on.
Probably not.
Please.
It's Troy Vincent.
Please.
No, it is Troy Vincent. Maybe
Troy
a corner.
Vincent.
Probably
Please.
not. No,
D end.
Louisiana Tech.
D end.
Well, at least he's not a Bama guy.
He has shock in his hand, so that's pretty good.
I knew they would take a D end.
At least it wasn't an offense.
I
At least it
mean,
wasn't a tight end.
he's a good D end.
At least he
I
wasn't
just-
from Bama for those guys concerned.
He's a good D end.
I mean, I asked for a defender. I got a defender.
Yeah.
Can't complain about everything. I don't want to be like that.
You don't want to be a Philadelphia Eagles fan, right?
No.
That's such a Howie pick.
I guess
They
Avante
built
Maddox
on
is our
their
corner.
they built on their lines. They built on their lines.
So now it's switched. Howie used to make the first and the second round picks, and now Howie's making the late round picks while the scouts make the first and the second round picks.
Yeah.
Can I
Tommy,
find a guy
are
who
you
wants to
okay
draft
over there, Tommy?
corners? Can I find that guy?
Watch Washington go Cox here. Watch.
Pete, 6 rounders are 3, 4, 5 points.
All right, well, okay. So we need a lot to get to try to rectify this shit.
Yeah, I mean, like where you want to get to.
So
top,
where we're at,
top of the fifth round. Top of the 5th round, like our pick in the 5th round, 150. I don't think we have. Do we still have that?
Yeah.
That's 13 points. So
I'm with Pop on this. How does that second round pick look now? We still don't have a linebacker or a corner.
They don't value linebackers. That's just the gist of it. They don't value
Benjamin
the
St.
position.
Juste.
But how about corners? The corners are one of the most important positions on the football field. And
Yeah, I wish they went corner here.
Washington just took St. Juste.
Yeah.
I mean, Avante Maddox is clearly going to figure it out.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Steven Nelson, man. I guess that's what we're looking at.
I never said what he was going to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not.
The only thing he's good at is splitting rent with Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to yell and scream about the pick.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I hope hope he's got a motor to get after the quarterback.
Yep.
Now, we did need an end though. You needed
I
it
agree.
bad.
Yeah.
I just think we need it corner just a little bit more.
Yeah, but when you do that, you get yourself in trouble, though. I'm not saying that this is the right pick. I'm just saying if you're going off what you need more now.
You don't draft based on need.
I'm hoping that they're not doing that right now. I'm hoping that they're going off of okay, this is a guy I got graded high. I mean, this is the picks they do well in. I mean, they do well up front. They always have, for years. So, that's the ones I usually give them passes, and it's, we'll see. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll see. Wait and sees. But, I mean.
Do you think we didn't go linebacker first, second, or third round because they have faith that Davion Taylor just developed out of nowhere? Because they drafted him so high?
I think they think that he can develop. They can develop him.
Probably that, and I think they like Eric Wilson, and they probably like Singleton.
But the corner thing is still.
Yeah, the corner thing is what bugs me.
Jimmy, to answer your question, they didn't take a linebacker with the first, second, or third because it's a linebacker.
Yep.
Well, they traded up last year in the third to get a linebacker.
Is he though? I mean, is he?
Wow, we hope now at this point we better fucking hope.
I was say, is he a football player?
At this point, he's a guy who high fives people. Like, there you go.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I still do like Davion Taylor, but he's a project. Who knows when he's gonna be ready? That's the point. I think he does have really, really good upside, but he barely played football. He barely played football.
Who didn't barely play football?
You.
Davion Taylor.
Andre Dillard.
Oh, yeah, Davion Taylor. Yeah, the project guy. Awesome. From last year. Wonderful.
I love project.
So I don't know. I don't know if they
Yeah, let's go, Alvarado. Bench is clearing.
What?
Alvarado struck out Dom Smith and just started chirping at him. Saying, I can't tell what he said because I can't hear it, but he was just straight screaming at him, and the bench just start clearing.
Oh my!
Nice.
Eagles
huge
rule.
strikeout
I say
too.
no because he's old and expensive.
Yeah, for Gilmore, yeah. No,
he's gonna cost him first. Yeah, he's gonna cost him first.
And he just doesn't help us. We're in rebuild mode. That doesn't do anything for us.
I guess what worries me is what their board at this point, what their prospects are at the DB position. And if they feel like if anybody keeps dropping, if they see the opportunity to get back into the late third or possibly even get another 4th round pick tomorrow. That's why I kind of posed that question. Like, hey, can we, like, at some point on their board, DB has to come up, right? Like we hope.
I mean, Melifonwu is still out there somehow.
He's not getting a 123 though. That's our next pick, right?
Yeah, I don't see him or Molden getting the 123. No. Maybe a Debo, possibly. Because some of the guys that are getting drafted ahead of these guys, for whatever reason, teams just may have ranked higher.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I understand what they're doing. If they think that he can play multiple positions, it's a defensive lineman. They need a defensive lineman. I'm just sick and tired of watching the many, very, very, very good wide receivers on not only the other teams in the division, but in the conference. Right. Torch the no-name guys that we have on the field. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying that Melifonwu would come day one and be a superstar. I'm not saying that, but we know what the big issue has been in the past, and the consistent has been, okay, can we get somebody to freaking cover? Somebody that turn around and turnovers. We talk about secondary turnovers. And if we're going to keep relying on, Jaquettes and all these no-name guys, Javonte Maddox and Craig.
You don't like Craig James? Craig James, though, right?
And again, I know we're not competing this year.
I remember they were popping him out last season.
Like I'm not worried about again Melifonwu coming in and helping us this season. But my God, again, and it has nothing to do with the defensive lineman because I like him. I do. So like I get it.
My only devil's advocate to this though is again I'll keep running back to it. We either have 2 firsts and 2 seconds next year. Or 3 firsts and a second. I mean, that can easily that stud corner could be coming out next year too. Maybe 2 of them. So there's
that one guy, Stingley.
Yeah, there is a stud corner, Derek
generational talent, right?
He's LSU, right?
Yeah.
Not saying we would take him or not. I just want to hold out some hope that it's not going to be a position they don't value anymore. Just because they didn't go there this year right now, I just want to hold out some hope that it's something they feel like they can maybe address. Who knows? Guys are going to get cut and released still. You're going to have your bursts. Yeah. There's still get fillers, but
I'm hopeful because when I look at these players, are not bad players. They're just not. That's not the route I would go in. It's not the picks I think I would go in a different route, like with a prospect that has a similar grade. So, but at least they're not bad players. At least they're talented. You can see that, okay, like they value these guys high, So, and it makes sense. It's the MO is built in the trenches. So I guess we can't be too surprised.
Did we trade Ertz? Did we just trade Ertz?
I'm looking at it. I saw that in the chat real quick.
I just want to add to these last few picks before we get into the Ertz.
Apparently, you're saying we traded. Sorry, Jimmy. Apparently,
no, you're good.
Traded to Las Vegas for a third. What?
Well, they got 2 coming back to back here. They got 2 coming up back to back.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
If that is the case, that would be a good trade.
No, I was just saying it's much easier to find serviceable offensive linemen and serviceable rotation defensive lineman guys as opposed to corners, as we can see from what this team has done to us over the past 4 or 5 years.
Sucks that goes one of your boys.
With the garbage that we put out there, but
who? Paulson Debo?
Yeah.
He wasn't one of my boys.
He helped.
Yeah, he was. I would have been fine with him. He wasn't one of my boys.
Looks like Blazers are going to beat the Nets.
Good.
Does that mean we're back in first?
I think we're tied.
And we hold the tiebreaker because they haven't beaten us yet.
Actually, well, they might have played an extra game, so they might be a half game ahead.
Oh, okay.
The big reason we went and were able to do what we did in 2017 was because of up front, right? So
we got
to hope that these guys can replenish the fish in the pond a little bit here, because on both sides of the football we're getting older. So I don't love these this pick.
Yeah.
I'm not running the broad over it, but we just got to hope that these two picks that we did pick can become big time players for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of hope, but
like I said, I'm on the same line. I don't love it, but they're good players. They're good prospects. So, who is this?
Anybody find out anything about this Ertz?
I haven't seen anything about these.
Yeah, Jimmy, we'd be a half game back.
Yeah, because they have an extra win.
If nothing came out yet, Tom, I guess it's all. It's.
I don't know where.
I seen the video the Howie video where they are ignoring him in the draft room. What? I mean, if that's true, I love that. But no, I didn't see that, Mr. Wink.
Boys, Tom, I gotta go. Great stuff tonight. Thank you, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Johnny, see you, brother.
Good night.
I'm looking at the video right now on Twitter, and is that Lori?
Yeah, Lori's walking around in there. Man, everybody keeps asking us. Like, I don't know. I mean, what? Like, nobody's.
Schefter hasn't said anything. Rappaport hasn't said anything.
Which Twitter, Mr. Wing? Which Twitter? He keeps saying.
What's the source? Yeah.
If it's Vin Vosh, I'm sorry, that's fake.
This guy again.
Yeah, Vin again.
Well, you don't trust Vin?
There's nothing. That was just fake news by
awesome.
whoever said that in our chat.
I mean, I don't know why they would even do that for a third for when they got Darren Waller. That makes no sense.
And also, if they've been trying to get a third for the past 2 months, if they even got a third offered to them, it would have already been done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be done by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the Raiders panicked, but they don't need a tight end. They have freaking Darren Waller.
Right.
12
He's
personnel.
good. He's
baby.
better than he's like good enough for like 3 tight ends on the roster.
Yeah.
My God.
12 personnel, baby.
All right, so where are we going in round 4?
Tom
We adjust the
Donahue.
line.
That's not a person. Is that a person?
You got
He used to be well, I mean, he's old as shit. If you're looking, I don't know if he has a Twitter.
There goes that stupid skull clap, hand clap. Clap your hands, everybody. If we had to go corner in the 4th round, by the way, Chuck.
What's up?
If we don't go corner in the 4th round, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, you're almost like forced to, that you need a corner.
Yeah, like I don't know. We'll see who else falls. I mean, there are still guys left. Like I said, Robert Rochelle is a good. He's a good good prospect here.
Mhm.
So if he falls, there's Chaz Surratt. There's one of the linebackers.
Yep. So I mean, what's the deal with Jabril Cox? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know either.
I think it's because of his athletic limitations. And he's not
Chaz
really-
played like 4 or 5 positions all over the field throughout his career.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback, then he went to like defensive back, then he finally centered in on linebacker. He's pretty good too.
You know what I realized? There have been no other running backs taken after Javonte Williams.
Nope.
Nope. It's only been 3 the whole time.
Wow.
Maybe that might be the move tomorrow.
Hopefully,
no.
not in the 4th
You guys-
round.
No, not in the 4th round, but I know Howie Roseman and
No, with the running backs falling now. I mean, who knows? Maybe Ramondre Stevenson falls to the 5th, 6th round.
Apparently, the bench is just cleared again.
Again?
Oh, they did, yeah.
Ojubel's keeping us in the loop.
I don't know if they hit Reese or not.
No, he dipped
2
out
straight
of the way.
inside pitches.
Castro.
I did see the video, the Howie Roseman video.
I saw it too.
He's like the only happy person in the room.
The bullpens are just standing out in center field, just like, do we go? Do we not go? Do we go? Do we not go?
Larry's like, where's my corner?
I really want,
So
I really want to know
if the Hurts thing is
why
real,
Melifon's
it's one of these next two picks because Vegas is up next for 2.
Yeah.
Right? It's the snake end of the draft. Vegas gets 2.
I just don't know, like, why would they do that? Like, I mean, it's a Gruden move, but like, it just wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, Castro got butthurt. Reese said something to him.
No.
Threw like 3 pitches, like 3 feet inside. And as Reese is running down the first, he looked at him and said something to him. And then Castro got all butthurt. Now I bet you we get warnings.
You didn't get warnings after the first one?
Well, no one got hit. Alvarado just struck him out and just started talking shit.
Is Girardi not like?
Yeah, he's not
No,
there.
he's at his daughter's college graduation.
Oh, okay.
What a night to miss, huh?
I know. We could have been watching this instead of.
Can
that
you
scene.
imagine Joe Girardi at his daughter's graduation and people were just tapping him on the shoulder? Joe, did you see what happened? He's like, I'm trying to watch. Wait, I'm sorry. Bases clearing flight. What did you say?
So apparently this, if you guys already said this, my fault, but this Milton Williams apparently had like an all-world pro day.
Yeah, he's an athletic freak.
Yeah, he's the guy that like benched like 500 pounds.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, his comp is randomly Aaron Donald.
But no one's an Aaron Donald.
No, I'm just saying. That's what
you're
his
right, Chuck.
comp
Yeah.
is.
Wait,
yeah,
who
no,
are we
I
talking
hear
about?
you.
Milton.
Because he can play.
Milton
He can play
Williams.
all along the line.
They're
like,
just
I'm telling
looking
you,
at his measurables and they're saying it's very comparable. Measurable.
He's just like Dickerson. Like the talent is there. He's a good prospect. Like I don't know.
It's the timing.
I had Melifonwu graded higher. I had
I don't know how he's falling.
Rochelle. I had Rochelle graded the same in the same tier. So like, I would have rather went corner. I just it's the same type of feeling that with the Dickerson pick, where it's like it's a good pick, but I'm not loving it because I would have rather gone a different route.
Tom Donahue, Eagles senior scout, with an awkward exchange with Howie Roseman after the Milton. Apparently, he was the one that was pissed.
That was mad at the end. Yeah.
That's such a good look.
Hold on. Say that again, please, for me.
Which one?
Say that again. What you just said about the scout.
Tom Donahue, Eagles senior scout, with an awkward exchange with Howie Roseman after the Milton Williams pick.
Okay.
Maybe Donahue wanted a corner.
Or a linebacker.
And he's like, hey, Howie, there's like a Pro Bowl wide receiver
on
every division rival team.
That does not look good.
No.
Oof. That dude looked like he didn't want a fist bump. He wanted to.
Jeez.
Can you imagine that?
Oh wait, Josh Palmer went? Wow, good for him.
Like really, is anybody out there surprised?
No.
Just want to confirm that because I'm not surprised one bit that this dude's got his hands all over everything. And is anybody out there surprised?
No.
Outside of pick one, outside of the round one, I mean, like I said, it smells
trenches. The trenches.
Howie, and where do we go from here? But at least we know we landed one. So I don't.
Nah, TTP, watch the video, brother. This isn't like a meaningless thing. Like, watch the video. Trust me.
He gives him like a bullshit fist bump, and then it's like Howie asks him what's wrong. He's like, eh.
It's like a guy that wasn't invited to the dinner party. Showed up randomly showed up at the same restaurant you're holding the dinner party.
Oh my god, Howie's so confused. He's like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Like what happened? The guy got 500 pounds.
Hey guys,
you here?
He's a good pick, though. I mean, it's a good prospect.
Yes.
He's a good player. He's
I'm calling it. That guy's just randomly going to get fired within the next week. I'm calling it right now.
Wow. I'm watching the video now. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We felt that our ideas were not melding as one, so we had to let him go.
Where like again, like I'm gonna keep reiterating this. Did we think something else? Like this is proof's been in the pudding for a minute now, a hot minute.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just
we just gotta hope 10 hits right now, right? Well, let's just start with 10, and pray to God that we're all not wrong on that cat, because I love that man. But now, but like we talked about last night, it scares you when it's somebody you like and how he likes. Now, this is just their MO. We know he has control. We know he loves control. We know the power struggles. We know all the rest. And that doesn't mean neither one of these, the second and third round pick, can't play. We're not saying that Milton and Dickerson can't play. Right. We're saying this. We know who's making the picks. And he has his own board, and the scouts have their own board.
Yep.
And that's where we're at. So I don't know what else to say. It's not a good look. It just reiterates more of what we already know and have known, and fuck us.
Hey, still at this point last year, we're still in a better position than we were last year. We were all crying last year.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm still okay.
Think about this. Without the knowledge of the video, we assume it's kumbaya in there.
Right.
Yeah.
We assume things. We could have.
He's not reaching on picks, so you're assuming that hey, they're still sticking to their board.
But gentlemen, I am going to go meme Howie Roseman to death for a little while. So I'm going to jump out. So I would say good job tonight, but Howie does how he thinks. So.
All right, brother.
See you, Ryan.
See you, Ryan.
I think I'm going to say my goodbyes as well. I got a job interview in the morning, so I hope everyone has a nice night. And good show, guys.
Good luck, Pete.
Good luck.
Good luck. Have a good night.
I'm going to work my way out here in a minute, but I want to tell for all the assholes watching, if you're not happy about the same old in terms of exchanges, in terms of Howie's control issues, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Nate's going to take over here, and by saying on when Nate, feel free.
What's up, fellas?
I got nothing.
Nate, what up, brother?
Nate.
I felt like I was on the outside. I was looking in. I was like, hold up. You brought me in, then you took me out, coach? Like, what's going on?
You had the volume on.
Yeah,
there was an echo. You had the volume on, so I had to take you out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was watching it on the other side.
It's all right. Well, listen, I want to leave you with this, right? We all agree on pick at 10. Dickerson, we know his talent without the injuries, but I want to take you as a former D lineman to Mr. Milton. That's his last name, right? I just want to make sure I get this guy's last name right since he was just drafted here.
Milton Williams.
Okay, Milton Williams. Peace.
He looked raw, man. Like I was looking at some of his clips. He looks raw. He doesn't play with a lot of leverage, but he's versatile, right? He can play outside. He has enough speed to bend to get outside. Enough, ankle flexibility. But then when he's inside, he has enough power to give you like a good bull rush. A lot of the things he plays behind the line of scrimmage, as they say, as a D lineman, right? Yeah. So he looks like he looks raw. I would have loved for them to take Baymore though with that second pick, man.
We were talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted them to go. I knew they were going to go lineman, but when you saw the run on offensive lineman after they picked the center, then you said, okay, that kind of makes sense because there was a lot of old linemen that went after we took the center. So once we took the center, like I was just like, all right, I get it. If he was healthy, he would have been the best center in the league. I mean, in college football. So, Kelsey's been flirting with retiring for how many years now?
Right.
So, and then he can play guard too, right? I think some versatility. He can play guard, and then maybe Salamano goes in as your center. You know what I mean? Because he's played that before, so he got some flexibility. But hey, man, it's been fucking roll ties all rounds. It's been roll tide. They haven't picked an Alabama player for what? In there 20 years. Now size. Like,
yeah.
Nah, yeah, I turned it off. I don't know.
That was it. Yeah. I mean, listen, we'll find out what these picks are. I mean, nobody's. It is what it is at this point of the draft. Some of it's same old. I agree with people out there, to a point. But like I said, Dickerson's a guy who, without the injuries, is a first-round pick. So, I mean, you can have hope on him. And then, with Milton Williams, like Nate said, he's powerful. I mean, the thing I took out of it is 19 tackles for a loss. So that's definitely playing behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes, sir.
I see 5th-round grade, 3rd-round pick. I never liked that. I'm out of reach guy. So
I was gonna say based on who, because people rate him differently. I know that Dane Brugler on his draft guide, he has him graded as like a second round grade. I know other guys who grade him similarly. So it's who what scout are you listening to? So that's
Tom Donahue.
No, who has a Steelers pedigree? That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like he was the GM for the Steelers for the longest time.
Have a kick-ass show. Love you guys.
See you, Tommy. See you, brother.
Nobody loves Al, but we do love Javonte Smith.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Number
it
6.
made everything better.
Tom, it's been fun.
Jimmy, always, brother.
Nate, what's good, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. I got some of my guys coming on soon. We about to talk some gambling, talk about some betting. So if y'all want to stick around, man, definitely stick around, man. We're going to talk about obviously live reactions of what we have so far these rounds. I saw you were talking about Ertz. Did Ertz get traded? Like I was scouting for everywhere to see if Ertz got traded.
He didn't get traded. No.
Yeah. So we got Ertz get traded. Obviously, Sixers win. Brooklyn lost. I mean, that's good to chase that first. Phillies are still on, right?
Yeah, they're one out away. I hope Kumar doesn't blow it. He just walked Nimmo, and now Lindor's up.
Yeah, we got UFC plays. We got, we're going to talk about the Derby. I totally forgot about the Kentucky Derby. Anybody bet this?
No,
I do not.
I can't do horses.
I'm going with
I
number
was in
9.
Kentucky last week for some of the races, so
I'm going with number 9. Number 9's the lucky number. I don't know which horse it is. I'm just going with number 9.
Bet the gray horse every time.
All right, fellas, I'm out of here. Thanks for tonight, boys.
Yeah,
I'm about to hop out too, man.
Ralph for betting. He's like, I gotta get out.
I'm out. I got a pack for the weekend.
Braun's coming back tonight, so I got.
Oh yeah, he got to go change his shirt real quick.
Go lube up your ankle.
All right, Nate. Have a good show. All right, brother.
You guys. Yep.
See you guys.
Yeah, I'm about to hop out. I got early day tomorrow, 6 o'clock shift. So
I'll stay on for another 10.
Pete, stay on real quick. Hold on.
Oh shit!
We got brothers. You gotta stay on. You gotta stay on just for a little bit. Everybody's always welcome to stay, man. Everybody, that's my guy, Brent. We call him B Diddy, man, aka Mr. Big Shot, man. He gets money all day. We look
What
at
up,
him.
Brent?
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
How
are you?
All
Good,
right.
man. Good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna get right into it, man. Everybody, thank y'all for joining and staying on with us real late. I know we still watching the draft. We usually when we talk about a lot of bets, we talk about a lot of plays. We're gonna do a quick recap of the week. B Diddy, you do anything this week, or anybody do anything this week in terms of betting? What was the best bet of the week? What y'all hit?
I was all over Pitts, so I actually loaded up on Pitts for the 4th pick. So it was, I think the line was under 5.5 or 4.5, and I loaded up on Pitts going to the Falcons. I hit that, and I actually hit a second round one today. I had the skin of my tooth, but I thought the Patriots would draft Kyle Trask. So I loaded up on Trask too to be drafted in the second round. And then I also had one more play today in the second round, and that was Christian Barmore to go before the old tackle from one of the left tackles. It was one of those guys.
Eichenberg from Notre Dame.
No, not Notre Dame.
Brady Christensen.
It was the one that went right behind him.
Was it Carmen, Jackson, Jordan Carmine, Jackson Carmen?
I think it was
Christian?
Jackson, maybe.
Let me check right now. I'll check for you right now. So it was those 3 plays I really loaded up on, and I ended up cashing.
So what you up about 100? Oh no,
What,
sorry.
total on the draft?
Yeah, on the draft, on just the draft plays.
Probably like, I would say on the draft, probably about a good 8 to 12.
There you go.
Nice.
So I had a couple plays yesterday too. You asked me what the big ones were.
Right. What was the play?
What the big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look at the history right now. Let me see.
So also I want to talk about you betting the horses? I know I asked the guys, are you betting the horses though? Brent.
Am I betting the horses?
Yeah, you betting horses.
Wow, what's going on?
The Derby.
Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
Is it Derby tomorrow?
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
You know I always shoot my shot on the Derby for some type of I didn't even know. I'm tripping. I gotta do my homework now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no. All right, it was Jenkins. It was Jenkins on. Can y'all see that?
Oh yeah.
It was Jenkins.
Okay, I'm typing Jenkins.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Damn, the ponies is tomorrow?
The ponies are tomorrow. So the one thing I want to do for everybody is just break that down, right? If you bet the horses, I want to just break down, some of that terminology because there's a lot, right? So there's 3 ways how they not place the bet, but there's 3 ways of the kinds of bet. You can either do the win, which is a horse finishing first, place, which is finishing in second, or show. And then you got more bets that you can do that. You got an exacta, which is 2 horses if they finish in first and they finish in second. The trifecta, which is 3 horses. They all have to finish in a row, first, second, and third, and a superfecta, which is obviously 4. What I like to do, and I think it's a very popular bet, is do a trifecta box. So a trifecta box is when you pick 3 horses, right, and then you box it, meaning that it doesn't matter which place they come in. They can place in any order. And those payouts, let me look it up real quick, is usually like if you do 4 on a 4 horse on a trifecta, that's 6 to 1. So $4 will win you 24. Real quick, easy math, and so forth. So I will post tomorrow some of my plays for the horses for tomorrow. I typically do like I said, the trifecta box. I forget the favorite's name, but 2 to 1 is I forget his name. I think it's like Imperial or something like that. So look out for that. Look out for that on any All Money Pop podcast, all A2D Radio. We'll put that out tomorrow.
Hey Nate, just a heads up real quick. LeBron is back, just so everybody know. I'm sure everybody know. And
one of our guys left. Ralph left because
Fox is out.
He had to go lube up.
Fox and Barnes is out too. So first quarter, Lakers should be a good play. -4. I already jumped on that one.
What was the odds on that?
-4. Minus 110. Regular.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, at least you get a 4 number. It's not like a 4.5. So you got to worry about that at all.
Before I head out, I just want to put out something.
Yeah, sure.
It happened recently. I hit on Matsuyama winning the Masters. I picked him on Friday.
Nice.
I picked Jason Day on Thursday, and then he obviously fell. But I was thinking Matsuyama Thursday before, and then Friday I was like, "Fuck it, let me just go with Matsuyama." And
was that before the Masters?
Nah, I was
okay. During play.
So it was Jason. I had Jason Day going first, so I put him all out before it started. And Matsuyama, I was gonna do Matsuyama as well, but I didn't. And then once he started doing a little, okay, that's when I just jumped on it right away on Friday, and then he ended up winning on Sunday. So
yeah, I jumped on Matsuyama on Sunday. I just said, "Fuck it, I'll play the juice."
Oh yeah, nah, I did it on Friday.
I mean, I just play the juice.
But yeah, all right. Good luck, boys. Have a good show.
See you, Jimmy.
Go Birds.
Yes, sir.
Man, listen, brothers. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the information.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
check y'all out. We gotta do this again sometime, man.
Always.
Yeah, I'm about to head out too, boys.
See you, Pete.
See you.
Later, fellas.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on. Oh, let me back that up.
There we go. Guys for a little bit.
Yeah, my man. So, what do we got on this draft here, y'all? Like, it's slowing down. Obviously, we're getting to the end here. What you think about that second round pick, Greg? I didn't get to jump on with y'all early on.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the second round pick in the center, and then the third round pick with the D tackle?
So, at least for me, and I think the consensus on everybody on there was we were so expecting defense, right? Whether it was, D-line and Barrymore, whether it was Joker, one of the the cornerbacks, right? Whoever it was, Asante Samuel, we were just so expected it that we kind of got caught off guard with the center, and then knowing he's coming off of injuries. But the kid is a beast, right? The kid is a monster. Throughout his college career, played all 5 different spots, right? And we all know Kelsey is getting ready to retire, right? And my big thing though is even go back to Smith last night. Last year, you had a chance to draft a center from Wisconsin in the 3rd round, and you traded with Dallas to let them draft him to replace Travis Frederick. And we knew this was going to come down the line. So now it feels like we're chasing. Same thing with Smith, right? You draft Rieger instead of Jefferson. Now you're chasing to pick that up. Love Smith, like Dickerson, but it feels like we're always in this hamster wheel because Howie just continues to miss and continues to reach. Same thing with I think the kid's got talent, but again, 3rd round and we're going to like Louisiana Tech for a defensive lineman. Like, come on.
Facts. Brent, what you think about it? D lineman and D lineman.
So I don't know too much about the kid from Louisiana Tech, especially coming off a year where it's COVID and competition was probably up and down. I mean, they said the kid got good explosiveness and good strength, but when I seen the tape, it kind of looked like he was having some trouble getting off the line. I mean, getting off them blocks. So hey,
he's raw.
Yeah, he's definitely raw. I've seen some tape on some other D tackles that went in the 1st round that was super raw, and I was like, wow. But they were really quick, fast, and explosive. Sure. But I think overall, quickly about the Eagles is kind of like what you're saying. We've been chasing from our misplays years and behind, but I don't mind them understanding that and still addressing it. So although I think what the Eagles did with moving back to 12, right? I think they were okay there, but Carolina fucked everything up. So once Carolina got Horn, Surtain jumped off the board.
Yeah.
So now everything got messed up with Dallas, the Giants, and ourselves because we were hoping to get one of those players.
Mm-hmm.
That's why now we had to trade up because we knew the Giants were going to take Devontae Smith. Let's go get Devontae Smith because that's what we was going to probably get at 6 when we were there early in the draft process. So we draft up, we go up and get 10. I mean, go to 10, get Devontae Smith, which means Giants can't get Devontae Smith. So now we're golden. Giants let you know they wanted Devontae Smith because they ended up getting old boy from Florida.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney.
Right. So I think NFC did a great job with themselves. Cowboys traded back and got their player, got an extra pick in Parsons. Yep. We got what we needed, for Phil. And Giants even went back and still got a player that they needed too. So I think as far as NFC in that 1st round, we did great. 2nd round in that center, I did want Samuels. He was sitting right there. We needed a cornerback, but okay. It's okay. I think the center spot, he's the best center on the board. He's the best center in the draft. You might as well go get him if you're going to get him there. And then you start seeing that run on the O-lineman right behind him. So he may not have been there like we thought he might have been there later on.
Yeah, I thought it was there in the 3rd when they picked him.
But then you seen that run. That run was about like almost 8 to damn near 8 linemen went in the next 16 plays. Yeah. So I'm sure he wouldn't have been there. So, and now hindsight, I think it was a good play. Although I still would want to Samuels there.
Yeah.
Right. Greg, going back to you, do you think Smith was a steal at 10?
Steal?
I don't think he was a steal. I think he was the right
I had
pick.
him as the best receiver in the draft.
I didn't, right? So
I think
I had him as 1B. I had Chase just slightly ahead of him.
Right,
I think the recency bias was heavy on Smith because he played. You know what I mean? I think right, wrong, indifferent, right? Chase taking this year off just hurt his stock to a lot of people because this year, as you said, with trying to evaluate Milton, right? Like, what was the competition like? Chase being out a year because of the COVID, year, just the evaluators just had to work even harder to try and figure out, is this guy still good?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I think if Chase would have played, he would have been in the conversation with Lawrence as just the best player in the draft. You know what I mean? Personally.
Right.
Right.
So I think he was the right pick. I think to give Howie credit, because I'm not going to really give him too much credit for these last 2 picks, I like what he did with that whole trade back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still got the guy that we all would have been okay with at 6.
Mm-hmm.
We all would have been okay with at 12. So, of course, we're all going to be okay with at 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
mean, I'm a Penn State guy, so naturally with Parsons sitting there at 10, I probably would have been like, come on.
Yeah.
But we know the Eagles' history, and you know the flash. They like that kid. And Smith is a stud, just because I like Chase more. That wasn't a knock on Smith.
What's this Howie video, Chris, you talking about? I'm not sure. What's this Howie video that they're – I saw you guys.
Right after the Milton pick, if you go on Twitter and look at Jeff McClain, he retweeted it. So they're all doing the fist bumps in the room afterwards, and he walks over to Tom Donahue, and he's away from the group. Tom Donahue kind of looks at him, kind of puts his hand out there for the fist bump, but you could tell says something to him like he wasn't on board with that pick. Like he didn't like that pick, and you could see the awkward tension in that moment right there.
This the kid from Louisiana Tech?
Yeah, after that pick, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a third-round pick, man. It's still, look at these guys still falling off the board. I haven't heard nothing about this guy from Louisiana Tech. Is he, hopefully he comes in and do what he got to do. He doesn't have to play right away. He can be a situational guy, but
yeah,
but to that point,
inside too.
They did, yeah. But to that point, every other team is finding high-end reserves or borderline starters still here in the second, third round.
Yeah.
And we're, no offense to Dickerson, but right now he's not penciled in as a starter yet, right? Because he's hurt and or, not playing in front of Brooks at least yet, right? And Kelsey.
Yeah.
And then we got Milton, who's just going to be a rotational guy right off the jump.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, they got a hit on these last rounds. I saw they did a trade, but that was what, 6th round, right?
Yeah, that was they moved back 3 picks to gain a 6th.
I would have, what I would have did because our draft was going pretty well and we picked up that center. I think I would have probably loaded up and tried to jump up and get the kid from Notre Dame as early as I could to see if we can try to make that run because after that, we can miss the 4th and the 5th. We need to, trade those picks. But I think at that time we're getting solidified starters.
You talking about the linebacker?
The linebacker from Notre Dame because he was still on the board. Another almost 8 to 10 picks.
Yeah, he fell. Him and Daniel fell.
Yeah. So, but we didn't, and we picked up this kid from Louisiana Tech. But to answer your question, though, Nate, I don't think Devontae Smith was a steal because I think the narrative started changing and was pushing him back anyway. I think we definitely stole them from the Giants.
Yes,
that's the fact. So. Us moving up to 2 spots because our guy wasn't going to be there and we were going to be stuck with either Slater or Michael Parsons. It was like, let's go get Devontae Smith because Jalen Reagor's our number 1. Like, where are we going?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We got to if we're going to evaluate Jalen Hurts, we got to give this guy some pieces. So we need to know what we're going to do in the future as far as a quarterback position in the next 2 years. So at least we give him some weapons. Everybody keeps talking about his size. I can give 2 shits about him being 180 pounds, soaking wet. He's a football player. He showed you that. He played with the best. He played against the best. He dominated. He's broken records. Arguably, he's already one of the best, if not the best, Alabama receiver to come out statistically. He is.
He is.
And it's crazy that you can say that.
Right.
He's a humble kid. He doesn't say much. He's always got that blank face. He's a hard hat kid. Like, just give me the football. He don't even care about none of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you can tell. He's at the basketball game, the Sixers game. I can tell he's just like, man, I just want this hype to be done with so I can start playing football. And that's the type of characters we need in our locker room.
Mm-hmm. He looked awkward coming through the
airport.
Yeah,
it was like, yo, I'm not even with none of this.
Yeah, all that noise behind it. Yeah. He's like, I heard about it, but this shit, wow, I just got off the damn.
Right. Like I'm trying to get. I'm gonna go back to wherever I'm gonna stay at. I need to go there so I can close the door and lock the door.
Right.
He seems to be that's his personality. He ain't gonna be in the clubs. He ain't gonna be hosting no parties.
Right.
I.e. Miles Sanders out there right now on his birthday party. Shout out to Miles Sanders on his birthday, 24 today. But he's just going to be a kid that's going to be coming into work and working hard. And I think that's what we're going to get out of there. I think he's going to be a good player, man.
All right, I got some future bets here for y'all. We got to keep the game on as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Too early. This is a too early bet. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is it shoe in? It's Lawrence. Like, is it like just because it's a quarterback? Like Lawrence is plus 270.
Okay.
We got Fields right behind him at plus 550. Chase is plus 1,500. Pitts is plus 1,300. And then we'll go with the home guy. Devontae Smith is plus 1,700.
It's good value.
Shit, I don't even know. Man.
I mean, I
he
think
might be a sleeper.
I think Smith's going to get a lot of looks, right?
I think Lawrence is, you know what I mean? It's always a quarterback, right? The odds of it being a quarterback is very high for a receiver or even a running back, you know, but more likely a receiver to be up there. I mean, he's got to put up Randy Moss numbers, you know what I mean? We're talking 1,400 yards, 11, 12 touchdowns out the gate.
I might go with the field, man. I ain't going to hold you.
The field?
The field. Not Justin Fields, but the field.
I know what you mean, the field.
Yeah.
Because I just think Trevor, I don't know what they got in Jacksonville, right? Like, he has to have people to throw the ball. He has to, and I don't think Justin's I don't think Trevor is super, super explosive enough to be like, he's not a Joe Burrows that's like slinging it. You know what I mean? He's good. He's supposed to be the next great height. But I'm not putting that money on there. I don't think that's a good bet there because I don't know what the Jacksonville Jaguars going to do with Urban Meyer. Who's he got?
He's got DJ Chark. They signed.
He got Chark. He doesn't got DJ Chark.
They got DJ Chark. They signed the guy from Miami, or not Miami, Detroit. I'm blanking on his name now. The number 2 from Detroit,
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones. Yeah.
And then they got Greg Robinson, the running back, who burst on last year, and then they got ETN, his boy.
Yeah.
So they got weapons.
Okay, and he got Urban Meyer's offense. You might be right. Yeah, give me. That might be right.
Yeah,
because he's
too early. It's too early.
Yeah, it is early.
It is early.
But we're going. All right. So for defensive rookie of the year, we got Parsons at plus 550. We got Joke at plus 750. Surtain is at plus 1100. Horn is plus 1500. Those are the only names that kind of stick out to me. Everything else is, big long shots. That's a toss-up.
It is. It's just a matter of, obviously, Horn and Surtain are going to play, and right. Parsons are going to play, but it's just how relevant is Denver for Surtain?
Yeah.
And Horn went to what? Carolina, right?
Carolina.
Yeah. And Carolina's got a lot of guys on that defense. Like they went all defense last year to draft. Mm-hmm. So you got Jeremy Chin, so now you got Horn. So I think it's gonna be tough for him to stand out. JC Horn. I think to me it comes down. Yeah, I think it's just because he's gonna be in the middle of that defense, especially with Sean Lee going. Right now I would lean Parsons.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at Parsons and I don't like it. He's surrounded by tackling machines, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's only going to be so many tackles that he can make on that defense.
But Vander Esch and Jalen Smith though have been injured a lot recently. So as long as he stays there, he might be the last one standing.
He could be. I'm kind of liking. I'm liking. And Kwity Payne. Plus 750. He's high too. Where did he go again?
He went.
Kwity Payne.
That's terrible.
Oh my God! I'm blanking on it.
I'll tell you real quick. The Colts.
Oh yeah. That might be it. That might be it. He just jumps into a good defense already. Ooh.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't know. Kind of
interesting.
Kind of like that. Yeah, that definitely is interesting. All right, y'all. So tomorrow, a lot of soccer. I'm gonna go to my guy B Diddy, man. You a soccer whiz. Have you looked at anything soccer? Give somebody different. Some soccer players.
Different tomorrow?
Yeah, somebody like soccer. Greg, we do it all, man.
Come back to me. I'll let you know.
It ain't just football. It ain't just basketball.
No, we do it all.
We do it all.
Soccer's been my shit for years now.
Trey Sermon just went. Trey Sermon just went to the Niners.
Who?
The running back from Ohio State, Trey Sermon.
It's a good pickup. Yeah,
great pickup. Real good.
They traded up for him.
And that offense too. Oh
yeah.
Good move.
No, you can make a ton of money betting soccer as long as you find that niche. Soccer is a gold mine if you can get in.
Yeah, and see the problem, and the one thing or problem with this hour too, man, is just that because some of the games are still going on, the lines haven't come out fully yet
for the next day.
For the next day, and basketball, and the way we bet basketball's so tough to bet for anybody watching because you have to wait until almost up to the game before you know that some people are going to play or not going to play. Like if somebody's questionable, you might not know until almost 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the game. So we try to stay away from basketball a little bit until almost tomorrow, and then we'll always post those picks for y'all, making sure we give out the free plays. I'll tell you what, I made a killing betting against the Flyers this year. Jesus.
Because like case in point to that point, Nate, wasn't Trey Turner like a game time decision tonight? Like early on, he was supposed to not play, and then he decided last minute to play.
Yeah, Trey Young, yeah.
Or Trey Young,
And they had to pull the books. They had to pull the game off. The game was off. They had to readjust the line. Dropped to like 7.
Yeah.
They actually pulled their game off because I was at Rivers, and people were talking about like the game's not even available. I was like, oh, happened. Either somebody's sitting or Trey's playing, and then it was like Trey's playing. I was like, oh.
You got some soccer.
One thing I would do, and I really didn't look at no soccer. To tell you the truth, Nate, would be I'll look at Manchester City, and probably get not the money line, but the spread, which would be -1.5. At let me look at it right now.
And when you go in there, can you explain to what am I looking at when I look at soccer?
For sure.
You know what I mean? Let the people know, because I'm looking at it right now, and I see 10.50, 1.31. Like, what does that mean for the people?
So, when you're looking at, mind you, when you're looking at it at, like on like Scores or a Scores app.
Yeah.
You're looking at let me open it up so I can see it.
Soccer be early, man. This game at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
across the pond, 6 hours, baby.
You know what I mean? You wait.
They are early over there.
Yeah, you wait
6
right
hours.
up into it.
So for instance, a 10.5 and a 1.3 would be like a I'm trying to explain it. It's like a European dollar coinish variable. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I don't know how that's translated, but I can obviously do my research and look it up.
The euro.
But just say that number that I'm looking at. You're looking at Manchester City at -300, so 3-1.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So that 10 is correlating to 3-1, right? And then that plus side on Crystal Palace is +946, which is huge, right? So that -1.5 to me tells me that it should be a pretty easy game for Manchester City. At -1.5, at -110, value is there. If not, if I don't feel that value is there, I might as well go for a possible upset or a draw, right? Draw, no bet, maybe Crystal Palace, because that if I'm not going to take the -1.5, there's no reason I'm paying 3-1 for that type of for a soccer play against the situation. So I'm going to take the -1.5 if I was to play it. I would lean -1.5 for probably a 3-0, 3-1 type of finish. Like I said, it's the same. You have your spreads, your totals, your money lines, and then you get into your draw plays are always in play in soccer. So unless it's a elimination game, then you don't have to worry about the draw. But you have to understand that there is regulation lines. So make sure that those games are only within regulation, not any type of overtime or penalty kicks or shootouts. It'll be in regulation. So you have to go deeper into the soccer books to get plays like draw, no bets, double chances, both teams to score. Those are the plays you want to kind of dig into soccer, and you can really make some money in soccer. So
yeah, I lean on you all the time for soccer plays.
For sure, you can really do. And maybe one day we'll talk about soccer when something's exciting going up. Maybe one of these leagues or a real big soccer tournament, and then we just kind of drill down some soccer plays.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you normally stick to the European side, or do you dive into the MLS and everything?
Only teams I follow that are like pretty strong and hot in MLS, because I really like kind of looking at the Premier Leagues, La Liga, Bundesliga. I like those leagues, and then obviously like the big time tournaments. You have your Europas, your Copas, your World Cups. So I'll find those opportunities there. I also follow a lot of different people. Listen, like I'm always listening because they know more than I do, right? Yeah. I'm always listening for some type of edge of what they're telling me that I can kind of understand.
Sure.
Looking at the starting lineups, who's in, who's out, histories, and then I just make my play, man. But sometimes you gotta lay some juice though.
Yeah.
Because that draw, it will kick your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and that's a great tip, B Diddy, because the one thing that we do, we want y'all to obviously come to us, right? Because one, we're giving you free knowledge, we're giving you free plays. You know, we want you to come to us to get your edge, but don't get it twisted. We use other sources
for sure
to get an edge too. Like we're not the matter experts of betting and having plays. Everybody gets hot. Like, you know, I think a couple weeks ago, like I got hot and I was sending my picks out every day on Money Pop Podcast. And I went like an unreal record. Like I went 14-2 or whatever I went. But then I cooled off. And then next thing you know, it jumps to the next person and then they get hot. Or if you're following somebody, they get hot. You know what I mean? So it's all really a group economics thing. It's not like I always say this, and I say this every time I'm on a show.
Yeah.
It's not us versus you. It's not you versus us. It's us versus them. It's us versus the institutions. It's us versus the suit and ties. It's us versus the house. Right? We want to know the best picks and the best plays so we can share with everybody. So everybody eats, everybody gets money, man.
For sure. There's a question on there. City to score both halves. So I don't know what that juice will be. I mean, what that line will be, what the number will be. So you should be on a plus side on both halves, or at least a shorter line than that -3. And I do like them at both halves. Probably should be 1-0 first half, and they should get an extra couple goals in the second half. So I would take that Philly Sports Passion 85 for sure.
And then we got Liverpool fan here.
Okay.
You know,
y'all been struggling this year. For sure. Y'all done got that championship and then it kind of fell off. I ain't touching the Liverpool.
No, not touching it.
No,
not touching it. I feel it.
Just because you got to catch that run, and like you said, Nate, we're talking about European soccer, so I'm not over there to kind of do my really, really deep. I've never been to a game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that environment. I gotta lean on other people to kind of get my information. And mind you, they're 6 hours ahead, 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Game starting at 7:30. I'm gonna be sleeping before the kickoff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit could change by that time. So
and then let us do the work for you, because this is what we do. We look at this shit every day, and then we'll give it back to you so you can make the best decision for you.
Absolutely.
We're gonna tell you what we're gonna play, and we're gonna post what we're gonna play, and you can more than enough follow us. There's been so many people coming by, yo, Nate, Moss, thanks for that play. I hit this. Like we was giving, I felt good because I felt like I was giving out stimulus packages. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was Mr. President.
You get a stimmy. You get a stimmy. You get a stimmy.
You get a stimmy. Right? I was passing it out, baby. I was passing it out. So, definitely, nice, good tips on the soccer play, man. I want to switch gears here. We're gonna go into UFC. Y'all know how I be on my fight shit. So. I'm still looking at this, but I really like Reyes in the main event here. I'm trying to look up. I'm so bad at pronouncing these names, bro. These shits be like 17 letters in their last name. Where's MMA? So tomorrow the fight's on. There's actually 2 fights on tomorrow. There's UFC and there's a boxing fight too. Ruiz is fighting, which I actually kind of like as well too. But I like Dominic Reyes. He's going against an up-and-comer. Dude is 27-3. Projakis.
Ruiz is fighting, right? Ruiz you talking about?
Yeah.
The heavyweight?
That's in boxing.
Yeah, boxing. Yeah. That's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, that should be a good fight. 2 Mexican dudes getting in there. You know that's always a good fight.
It's Canelo's up soon too, isn't he?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's tomorrow or if it's next weekend, but I know Canelo's fighting soon.
Yeah.
Bro, Andy Ruiz is minus 2,380.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Dominic Reyes is the underdog, Nate.
Underdog. He's a slight underdog, and it's crazy because he's a lot more skilled than the person he's fighting. And he's lost 2 fights in a row, but he lost to Jones. Obviously, we all know who Jones is. And a lot of people had him winning that fight too.
Yeah.
Jones.
I'm a huge Jones fan, but I think he won.
Right. You know, he went all 5 rounds, and then he got KO'd by the Polish Hammer. And I actually saw that fight, and he just got caught, and it was over from there. Too much power. But the dude he's fighting is not even. He's not even close to the level of competition that Reyes is fighting. So I think there's huge value on Reyes. Just like Philly Sports Passion is saying, I love Reyes in this fight. So if y'all out there, my bet of the day or my bet of the night, better yet, is definitely Reyes. and you're getting a little value there because he's a dog.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're looking at plus 105, plus 110.
Plus
I love
105,
I love Reyes in that fight, man. He might finish him. You know what I mean?
Really?
He's got a lot to prove here. So
that line going to change by tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that line's going to change tomorrow. It'll either be even money or he'll be the favorite by the time they get ready to fight. For sure. Well, we got
it's going to be a knockout, right? This is the main event.
Yeah, that's the main event. That's the main event.
5 rounds.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 rounds.
No, I thought champ. Yeah, is it 5? Yeah, it is 5 rounds.
Because all main events now are 5 rounds.
Over under 1.5. I mean, what the hell?
Really over?
Who has the power? We got to do some research on that.
Yeah, the other dude has the power, for sure.
Well, over under 1.5. That's
Reyes is so skilled. Like he's a skilled kickboxer, and he's a southpaw too. Southpaws always give orthodox fighters, hard, tough times. And this is only the other dude. This is only his second fight in the UFC.
Does it go 2 rounds, though, Nate? Tell me, does it go 2 rounds?
Oh, does it go 2 rounds? Yeah, it goes 2 rounds. It goes 2 rounds, in my opinion. The dude has just knocked everybody out he's been in front of.
Oh, the guy Gigi?
Yeah, the guy Juro or whatever his name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And his last since 2017, I'm looking at his fights now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. He's all 10 fights are all been knockouts.
In the first round? What the rounds?
8 of them been in the first round.
Who and the line is at 1.5, Nate? Mm-hmm.
But he ain't.
Hey, that's telling you something, bro. In a championship fight, 5 rounds.
No, but he's coming from a different type of was it the RZA Fighting Federation?
Okay.
He ain't fighting boys like he doing fighting.
I'm gonna follow you, bro. I'm gonna follow you. I'll get on the plus side. If the value's there, you said I'm gonna follow it.
Yeah, I know. I like Reyes to win.
Over 1.5 minus 152.
Yeah, that's why that's a telltale. Can Reyes knock him out?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We got to figure that one out.
Yeah. I'm on Reyes though,
because that could be the tell.
Right.
Vegas ain't stupid.
Yep.
You know how Vegas
1.5 is short as hell in a championship fight, and if Reyes ain't got no power or no submission skills.
Well, it's because Reyes he's fighting a similar fighter that he just lost to, somebody with big power in both hands.
And did he get knocked out?
And he got knocked out. But I think that fight went like 3 rounds though.
3 rounds, okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that fight either went.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, with Blachowicz.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just call him they call him the Polish Hammer.
The Polish Hammer. Oh, that's exactly what he is. Yeah.
You know who he is, Brent? He just beat Adesanya.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a look at it for sure.
Yeah. So, but I'm on Reyes there on that fight for sure.
I need some of that most money parlay, opportunities too.
Canelo's May 8th.
Yeah, May 8th.
Who's he fighting?
Billy Joe Saunders.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually one of the closer fights Canelo's been in.
Yeah,
he's minus 7-1. He's minus 715. He's like Andy Ruiz territory because all he does is handpick.
Yeah, and I'm seeing him in the 600s too. 690. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, Nello?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's a short line for him.
Yeah, it is. It should be a walk in the park for him.
His defensive ability is so great.
Yeah.
His head movement.
Did you see that the Crawford fight got taken off?
No.
What happened there?
Yeah, they said the money got fucked up. It was supposed to be Crawford and Pacquiao. I thought that was going to be a really good fight.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob, what's his name? Bob Arum or Arum?
Bob Arum.
Yeah, he said the money got fucked up. They had the contract signed, everything, but somebody didn't promise somebody money. Just didn't work out.
Mm.
So you have the soccer play for tomorrow. We gave out the UFC play for tomorrow. We talked about the Kentucky Derby. We talked about the draft reaction. I'm gonna go right back to the draft since it's still on right now. Greg, I'll go with you. What do you think we need that's left?
Corner. Cornerback. And I don't know if it's in the chat, but Ryan just texted me and he said after watching that tape, that video with Donahue. He said, I'm 95% sure Donahue said corner to Howie as he's trying to pound him for the defensive end pick. But no, I mean, you need some sort of secondary help, right? You got Rodney McLeod from Cisco went a couple picks before the Eagles, the safety out of Syracuse. And then, of course, we still haven't picked a cornerback. Yeah, Rodney McLeod coming back off of injury. You got Brian Dawkins 2.0 and Kayvon Wallace still in his second year.
Careful with that.
But
calling that.
outside of Darius Slay, what do we really have over there, right? And that's where both the second and the third round picks just, screamed something on the defensive end, specifically at corner if it was available. So that to me is our biggest need.
B. Diddy, right foul right behind it.
Yeah, I mean, he said
else.
it all. I mean, I think we need a corner. We need to address our defense now, right? Like, we got to get a cornerback. Maybe a linebacker here, at least for these next two picks. That's it. That's what we're looking for. I mean, we have so many holes that we can fill anywhere, but cornerback should be the next pick. It should have been a second pick, but it wasn't. And then it should have been a third pick, and we got a guy from Louisiana Tech. So, it should be this pick. So we'll see.
No, they traded their other third round pick, right?
I think it was maybe this. No, it wasn't this pick. But yes, no, they traded their other third round. Yeah, that's how they got up to 10.
Philly Sports Passion. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm only really on Reyes right now, but I'll definitely I'm gonna deep dive into it tonight, and then tomorrow.
I think Cubs coming off a couple losses though.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure I got you, bro. So make sure you just keep following. If you following A2D Radio, make sure you follow them all. Us all on all platforms, and even follow me on Money Pop Podcast.
He's actually coming off a couple
YouTube,
wins.
Facebook, Instagram. You know the whole spiel, man. I see still people with us, man. Everybody on the late night, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's see if we can get some likes up, get some love out here. We out here late night. I usually have a drink with me, man. I'm drinking water. This is terrible. I usually got some brown with me.
Sorry,
I got other people rolling up.
Early start tomorrow.
Clear them kidneys up, man.
I got a long day tomorrow, man. I got some homework to do. You know what I mean? Make sure we get these plays out, get these bets out.
I got a long day of drinking beers in the pool tomorrow.
Nice. It's supposed to be good weather tomorrow?
I'm down in Florida.
Oh, nice.
So it's been low 90s out here.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful.
I'll be out there next week.
Where you coming?
Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm in Orlando.
For Cinco de Mayo.
Heyo.
I like that. Mm-hmm. So let's go to switch it up real quick, right? Sixers got a win today.
Nice
one. Against a bum Atlanta team here. Looking at the standings, do we care about getting this first round? Like, are we chasing Brooklyn, or are we okay where we're at? Staying in a second seed. What do y'all think? Or does it really matter at this point? We're in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, is it seeding? It is what it is, and we'll just see how it plays out. Like, who are we scared of to play? Right? Because there's a how do they do it? It's a run-in playoff, right? What 8? Was it? What seeds play to get into that last spot? Is it 8, 9, and 10?
7 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
So 7, 8, 9, 10.
And they all play for the last 7 seed, or is it 2? No,
the last 2 spots.
It's the last 2 spots. So if 7 wins, they're in, but the other 2 can go 1 and 2 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So who are you like? Are we scared of anybody outside of Brooklyn?
I mean,
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. I mean, it's not. I don't think. Honestly, it's not going to be. It's not going. I think we're a little overconfident. I love the way the Sixers are playing. Right, I really, really do. I think it's going to be a little bit more tough sledding in these playoffs than we think that are going to be. Like, we're just all of a sudden saying we're going to be playing in the Nets. Like, there's other teams in the East that are playing pretty good basketball. Even the Knicks, You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
you
Are
wanna
we
say
better?
that.
Are we better than Knicks? Yeah, we
No,
are.
he's
But
better than
it's
that.
a series, and anything can happen in the series where it can be some tough sledding, and games are going 5-7. So that also goes into durability, right? Like you're looking at the Brooklyn Nets, and they're kind of calculating themselves for the playoffs. Harden's not playing; he's probably not going to play the rest of the season until the playoffs, right? But we've seen Harden come off fat as hell, 15 pounds, 20 pounds overweight, and drop 30 on you. So I don't care about him being out of shape or not. He's going to drop 30 if he needs to. And then you got Kevin Durant that can get his buckets at any place, anytime. And Kyrie, when he wants to play, he's doing his thing. So I think they're doing a good job here in Nets and kind of getting themselves ready for the playoffs. I'm just hoping for the best, that we can kind of continue to fight, and Embiid can stay healthy, and Tobias will show up in the playoffs, because Embiid's going to need help. We can't count on Embiid 30 points a night for a playoff series. We will lose.
No, I agree, and I think that's why, to me, the number one seed for the Sixers is so huge, right? And to your point, I don't think. Are we going to face good teams? Yes. Are we necessarily scared of anybody? No, we're not scared of anybody. But I would much rather only face one of the Bucks or the Nets. I don't want to have to face both of them, right? I don't want to have to go through the Bucks to get to the Nets. I want to be the top dog, and the ones that they got to come after a knockout, drag out 7-game series that they got to come see afterwards. You know what I mean? Like that's where I want to, because I agree with you. I think because of the unknown of a new coach, almost a third new roster, I think we're almost a year ahead of where we probably should be. I think I know I had them probably 5th or 6th seed starting the year. At best, I had them as a 3 seed.
As a 3, yep.
At best, like the end of the year. Yeah, if we're a 3 seed, we're great. Well, as the season gets on, your expectations change. But I think the mindset, though, of I think we're still a bit early in where we should be. So, I want to grab that 1 seed. I want to make our run as easy as possible, saying that hypothetically, right? Because obviously you're right. In the playoffs, there's nothing easy. But I only want to see one of those teams. I don't want to see both of them.
For sure.
I hear that. I'm looking at the odds right now. So here's something telling. We're a game back, right? Half a game back. But right now, we are favored to win the division. A minus 260, and Brooklyn is at plus 200.
I think Brooklyn still plays the Bucks twice.
They play the Bucks twice.
Still play the Bucks.
Okay.
And I think the team we play, I think we had the Heat once and the Pacers once coming down the stretch. Everybody else is like Cupcake City.
Yeah, we have the easiest schedule to finish.
Yeah.
And then we got here at the winning Eastern Conference Championship, Brooklyn is at minus 110. The Bucks are actually plus 350, and we're third, plus 440.
Yeah, Pelicans. We got the Pelicans too. That'd probably be a tough one. So Pelicans, Heat, and Pacers is kind of
But I think we have the Pelicans at home, right?
Pelicans is at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's look at that. Is it? I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll catch them, right? We'll run them down because then Durant's out, right? Durant didn't play today.
But that's because that was off a back-to-back.
Okay.
He played by himself the other night, dropped 42.
Yeah, and we got 5 games on the road, and we're about to go on this road trip right now, starting Sunday at San Antonio, Chicago, Houston, back for New Orleans, back for Detroit, and then back on the road, Indy, Miami, and then 2 games against Orlando. Yeah, I guess we'll catch them. That makes sense. They look like they got the games that they needed to heat up here. They beat a bad Oklahoma City and a bad Atlanta team twice, and they beat them definitively.
Yeah,
made up for that bad stretch where they lost 4 in a row.
Right. Against all good teams too.
Yeah.
Except for Golden State. They're okay. I think they're still middle of the pack, but you can't do nothing with Steph dropping damn near like 50.
No, not when he's in God mode.
Yeah, that shit was fucking ridiculous. That shit was ridiculous.
Do you guys put any stock in the Nets struggling in the playoffs because there's no continuity there? They haven't played together. Once the pressure rises,
they've all been there.
Yeah,
every one of them been there. Kyrie's a champion.
Yeah, but Harden's never won.
Never won, but he's been there. He's been in those big games, and I think it's easier now for Harden because he can just facilitate the basketball. Like all those other times, you got to think when he was at Houston, he was the guy. You know what I'm saying? So it was all on his shoulders. If he went cold, then they're gonna lose.
You think he's willing to stay in that role though?
He showed you that. Look at the first month of the season when he went to the Nets.
Yeah.
He was averaging like 13, 14 assists with like 20-something points a game. Like he was deferring the basketball. So you're going to see that James Harden, I think, in the playoffs because everybody knows that KD's that guy. Only one that might have a little problem with that is Kyrie when he gets in his little power trip. But I think James Harden came into the Nets facilitating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough if they're all playing at the same time. And now they got
little question here. Hey, guys, honest Eagles fan, I don't like Devontae Smith is good. I don't think Devontae Smith is good, even though he just won the Heisman. He's too small, sadly. James Bradbury and Dory Jackson is going to clamp his frail body out for years.
Wow.
What do you think about that? Well, I'll tell you what you think about. It's trash. Like, no, he's great. He's elite. He's elite in everything he does.
Do you see his photo? He's an honest Eagles fan here wearing a Giants hoodie.
That's the telltale.
Right, yeah, let's do that all right there. Right, good call, Greg. I love it.
As much as I didn't have Smith, as I like to jab Tom, right? He's already got Smith in a gold jacket, right? He's already got him in Canton, right? As much
you see how he goes, yeah, give him a gold jacket. Give him a gold jacket now. Like, sign me up, okay? Sign me up with a gold jacket. He sounds just like that, baby.
Yeah, I don't have him there, and that's whatever.
Right.
But his size to me, it wasn't a concern. You know what I mean? Like he's shown in the best conference in college football that his to Tom's point, his footwork is there, right? He can get off the line. His size to me isn't the issue. He's going to get in the weight room. He's going to learn to adjust. He always has. So I don't have any concerns over that.
Absolutely,
he dominated everybody.
Yes,
right. And what did you say earlier, Brent? What did you say earlier?
He's arguably the
greatest career as a receiver.
Do you know who came out of Alabama? We talking about Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. I can keep on going.
He was the fourth receiver. Judy Ruggs, Waddle, and him.
Right. So I think if Waddle doesn't go down, does he become the Heisman? Probably not, because some of those targets goes over. But he had over 117 catches.
Yeah.
At 180 pounds. So don't tell me anything about he's too small. He had 117 catches in the SEC, dominated, broke the records in the championship game at the receiver position, and at the same time, he was out the halftime.
Yeah,
he was out the game at halftime. So he did all that in the first half. We had like 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, he had 200 yards, 3 touchdowns first half.
And it took him out with his thumb. Like, come on, man. The man has sure hands. We ask our receivers and any receiver, what is your number one job? Catch the football. Right? He doesn't have the greatest speed. I think he's only running like in the 4.4s, but he has great route ability, and he can separate. Right? He knows how to turn it on, turn it off. So I'm really interested in what we're going to get out of him. I think he's going to be okay.
Sticking with football, man, before we cut out of here, man, what you think about the division as it's starting to shape up here? We've already talked about, and I said this on the show many of times. There hasn't been a second winner in the NFC East division in I forget how many years, like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And in being honest, true Eagles fans, right? We love our birds, obviously. We all bleed green, right? But I don't think any of us is high on Hurts. He's got some weapons now, and I hope Ertz sticks around, right? I really do. I hope they can get Ertz to stick around.
Today would have been the day, right? 3rd round. You would have hoped to get a 3rd round pick for him, to your point.
Yeah.
So if he's not traded today, what value are you really getting for him? Might as well just keep him.
Right. Yeah. Who do you guys actually, from all the moves, who do you guys actually like? If I'm betting, I'm asking you as a bettor, who am I betting on to win this division?
For me, it's the Giants. I mean, I think every team has a question mark, right? Every single team. Like, you don't know what you're going to get out of Darnold and the Giants. But I think defensively, they are ready to go, right? Saquon's back. They added a receiver. They got got Galladay over there now too, right?
Yeah, and John Galladay. Yep.
Right. So they got the pieces. Evan Ingram at tight end is going to another year. He's going to be stronger. So if Sam Darnold comes to play, not Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones. Protect the ball, don't turn the ball over, and can kind of be efficient like he was later in the season last year. I think the Giants are the favorites to win the East. But then again, the Cowboys, man, that I don't know why they're so bad. They have all the names.
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's just, but they have all the pieces. It's kind of crazy. So, and then Washington, that defense, but I don't know if they addressed their quarterback situation.
No,
so
just Fitzmagic.
So he's going to win you a couple games. That defense is going to kind of keep you in the ball game. It's going to be tight, man. I really think the division is going to be tight, and it's going to be anybody's game. But the team I think that can take it, if they stay healthy, is the New York Giants. It's terrible, and as much as I don't want to say it, because I'm not a believer in Jalen Hurts, but I'm hoping he can show us something.
Agreed on the Jalen Hurts.
Are you believing in Hurts, really?
Am I not a believer?
No, are you? I thought you said you are.
Oh, I'm not a believer in
Jalen
Hurts.
Okay.
I think he's a good player. I think he's a good guy. I just don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to change our franchise to. It's almost like he's a one-trick pony, right? It's like, he's going to get us. He's going to win some games, but it's going to be games he's not going to be able to finish or bring us back from. And those are going to be the times we're going to need him, especially in division games. We got to play teams twice.
Fact.
Yeah.
Greg, take us home, man. What you think?
So I think all teams in the NFC East have improved. They've all gotten better. Washington added more studs to that defense that's already full of studs. And they added more speed. But to your point, B. Diddy, I think the Cowboys told us everything that we need to know when they made that trade with us to let us take Smith instead of letting him go to the Giants.
Giants, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I heard a couple of people talk about that last night, and it didn't sink in until I really started deep diving into it.
Sure.
And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because it all bases off the quarterback, right? Even in Dallas, like what Dak Prescott are we getting?
True.
Right. And then with Dallas,
he's not going to be ready by next year.
What defense are you getting? They were Swiss cheese on the defensive end last year. They scored a lot of points. They couldn't stop anybody. The Giants proved that they improved their defense last year, and they did it again today too. I think they took a cornerback or something. And then they added Kenny Galladay, which gets another weapon for Daniel Jones. So now you got Galladay, Slayton, Sterling Shepard to go with Evan Moore, and of course Saquon, which is going to be tough. And we have a lot of holes on our defense. And Kadarius Toney,
right?
You're absolutely right.
He'll take the top off quick.
Yeah, whether it was a reach or not, they got a weapon.
They got a weapon. They wanted that person that can stretch the field.
Yeah, they got a weapon that they can move around.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I hate, you're right. As much as I hate to give the Giants credit and to say there, if I'm taking it right now, because they're the team I think that's most complete with the least amount of glaring holes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think when I jumped on the Giants on the bet, I got them at plus 550. I think they've dropped a little bit.
Nice
since then. And Ted, just to answer your question, are you guys disappointed? I am disappointed, but the thing I'm thinking about, because we're going and doing a whole new defensive scheme. It's supposed to be a zone pressure type scheme, and last year we were a man type defense. So I don't know I don't like our corners out of Slay, but I don't know how they are in a zone type system. Maybe these coaches see that these other these corners can fit in that zone type pressure scheme. I don't know. There's got to be a reason for that. Obviously, I think center's always a big piece. He's the general of your offensive line. The third round pick, I think was the bigger question for us.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
He's so raw, and you probably could have got him later. If you really wanted him, you could have probably got him later. There was probably some other players and probably some other corners there that you could have probably played with and got in that space. I'm looking at the board now. So we picked him in the third round, right?
Right.
We picked him early.
And if he wasn't going to be there later, then it's going to be somebody that's going to be probably just as equally as good as he is, right? Like,
Yeah,
in the
well,
fourth round.
The guy Washington added, that Benjamin St. Juicy out of
Oh, yeah,
Minnesota.
right.
He was
Yeah,
picked
that's
right
right.
after us.
Yeah, and there was a run on corners too, a little bit of run on corners. Right
Dallas
after.
just picked a corner here from Oregon
Sure
State.
did, from Oregon State.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to be able to defend the pass. Just the way that the league is going, you have to be able to defend the pass in this league. And as of right now, it doesn't look like the Eagles are going to be able to do that well, right? It's going to be, Slay again, pretty much. And hopefully he can play in his zone because he was a man corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hopefully he can play in this type of zone pressure defense that we're going to come up with. So we'll definitely see, man. Greg, man, I appreciate you for staying on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's fun, guys.
Yeah,
Sure,
everybody who's out there, make sure you go like, subscribe, follow A2D Radio on all major platforms, and make sure you follow us as well on Money Pop Podcast. We're still giving you free plays every weekend. Make sure to look out for my UFC plays, my parlay party plays. We're going to have some soccer plays from my homie B Diddy, maybe some basketball plays. I'm really cool right now on basketball, so I probably won't give them Jones out.
Playoffs around the corner.
Yeah, so we can just kind of hold off. People are, right now it gets a little weird at the end of the season, man.
Yeah.
So everybody, man, thanks for jumping on. Enjoy the night, man. Catch us tomorrow. We're out.